All right. We're live, Stormy. We're live. Due Process League Week 4.
Yep, and I'm already getting reports that Wong has crashed in the queuing. Wong has crashed in the queuing stage, and it's potentially a Foom Fishy scenario, so
Oh,
let's hope not. No, it won't be.
GG.
Zig about to be on that count. He over here casting, bruh.
Oh, I'm playing now? Huge.
Zig about to be on the count knowing tempo? What?
That's crazy. What's going on? Am I being slandered?
In line with the usual cheating accusations, nothing new under the sun, I guess. Damn, Markin is actually giving it to him.
So we're airing all this beef out. We got a lot of we got a lot of hostilities in what's supposed to be this very high-profile match between Tempo and Knockout. Stormy, you have some insight. You know, you talk about these two teams, their history,
so Tempo,
right? A lot of shenanigans
Tempo
that happen.
is a look. I like Tempo. I like the roster that they're bringing up at the moment. I wish we had like a little. Let's settle. Hang on, sorry. This in the game, please.
Hell yeah!
All right, they're going at each other still. So Tempo's lineup for today is going to be Gefter, who was there for season 1, went to Mos Eisley, has obviously come back. Rainy, one of the core members of Tempo. I remember when that man couldn't IGL, and now that man can IGL really good plans. Actually, he actually can do really. He does really well with his plans. Markina, good aimer, good black tar user. Honestly, him with his semi-autos, he does well. And then they have Wong and a league-wide sub in Euphoria. Now with the Knockout team, this is a newer team that came up out of the woodworks literally a day before the season started, leading to the delay of the season. But it does include Cohen, who used to be on Tempo, Crimson, who used to be on Tempo, and then Darwin Theory, Cade Corp, Nuke, and Radic, I believe is this. Who's on there? Cade Corp, Cohen, Odog, Nuke, Crimson. Okay, so Radic and someone else just sitting in there. What is this? Are they hitting the Rise planning first round?
I'm so happy. Smile. Look at this smile.
Hey buddy, as a word of reference, buddy, you gotta put it into the color, not the map. Press that space button, buddy.
Whoa, but I like this view. It's way more technical. Yeah, but this is a good color.
It actually hurts my eyes a little.
Damn. Zoomer. It's all this way.
Zoomer, okay. Rumble in the jungle is on.
Oh, dude. I can't wait. I mean, just think about these two teams, right? Crimson left right before the season started to leave Tempo. He said, I can build a team better than yours, is what he said, even though he doesn't want to admit it. And now we got the matchup here. We have the new team, new blood. Hey, man, why would you leave your team a day before the season starts if you didn't think you could do something better, right? Come on.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
What I'm saying. Indirect or directly. This is the implication of this matchup. This is a guy who was a Tempo staple for season 1 and, you know, is now on his own. He's on his own.
I think such...
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think such an interesting dynamic of this as well is obviously there's the Crimson and... How is Odog already damaged? Did he fall into Toxic? He must have fallen into Toxic.
Something tells me he took some damage here.
Oh, he must, yeah.
He's down to 37
Ooh,
already.
37, Jesus. Such an interesting dynamic of Wong was on the original Knockout lineup. When Knockout was made, Texas and Wong, who are now on Tempo, were over on that Knockout team. So I wonder if that's playing a part in any mind games here. Obviously, both teams are a little heated coming into this, as we saw from the pre-game talk. You know, Knockout do have a little bit of a history of calling some accusations when it doesn't necessarily matter. Cohen now trying to get that first Flogel off, gets taken down by Euphoria through the smoke. Odor getting shot down on these toxic stairs. Somehow not dead, even though he's low. Gefter and Markin are now pushing topside server farm. Euphoria being taken down by Crimson with the Ingmar on bomb. Wong slowly making his way into sight, sorry. Odog getting taken down by Markin on the outside. Rainy being able to push through into Toxic. Nuke getting taken out by Gefter. Cade Corp taking out Wong in office. Crimson flanking Rainy now. Rainy's been caught on a timing. It's a 2v2. Cade Corp in the low with the Legros. Crimson in office with the Ingmar. Gefter getting taken shots with the... He dies with Legros. Machina, 1 HP, 1v2. Everyone is dead to each other's weapons. It's about who gets the first shot, and Cade Corp will give the first round to Knockout. I believe that was a 4K. And there is the shit talk in round already from Crimson. 1-0. Now, the last time he said this, it was against Gatlings. And I remember that game went 7-1 in favor of Gatlings. There's a little bit of me that hopes that happens here. There is a little bit of me that hopes that happens here. What did you think of that round? There was a lot of mistakes from both teams, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what I like to say now, just a typical round of due process. Teams just kind of go in. People are just taking solo fights, just not, Cohen wants to go for a Fogel bar, but I think there wasn't really cover there. He dies, and then as the team is fighting green side, one by one, people are pushing up in the office without waiting for the other person to kind of progress with them. A lot of sloppiness. Came down to just individual gunfights, and Crimson, to his credit, won a lot of those. And that is the first round for his team, Knockout. They are going to be now down a clacker as well, but I mean, this should be at least a map you could retrieve the clacker, assuming you don't, lose everyone on the castle initial breach. But yeah, this is quite a map. I mean, for being a very small and I don't know what the word is. I feel like the map is won by castle, and obviously with the red blow here, it's a very direct and immediate fight for that control. But it's not one that the defense can't win. There is already some really good positions you can play on base to hold that. You can obviously play the drawbridge swing behind on either of these little like pavilion or like, I don't know, table things.
Markets,
squares, yeah. There's a lot of anti-flash positions that can at least make castle difficult for the attackers to take. I think it's going to come down to how much the Saber can alleviate some of that pressure on Beach. And we are going to see Cohen Mop here as well. Multiple mini KRs. Yeah, they're stacking up for this round. This is their big fight. Big Mars too.
Sorry, I'm looking in the chat at the moment. All I saw was Mark gonna say Lil PP and then Gev to say you mewing right now.
Crazy.
I'm not sure how much of this is like shit talk, and then how much of it is like them just being goofy. You know what I mean? Because like I would believe that Markiner is pissed. Like this guy has had his team ransacked by every other team in the league, and I wonder if Markiner and Cohen are gonna have a nice little sniper battle here. Cohen, I think, was a little bit too antsy on that shot. I think he should have waited a little bit longer. He now has to re-swing into Markiner. Missing again. This is Rainy getting one onto Cade. If we can head over to him. In the corner, Nuke still down in base. Rainy unaware. Nuke even more unaware. Gefter getting one onto Crimson now. Marketer's still in this fight with Cohen. It's Cohen left last, and he's gone. What the fuck happened there?
Yeah, we unfortunately, I didn't really catch it too well on the camera or on the spectate, but Castle was won pretty immediately, in fact. Unfortunately, he was in a spot right in front of the breach. Got picked off. Gefter scaled, I think, in the castle, right, and took the shot on Crimson here on Log.
Must have.
And then, unfortunately, we saw a little bit of whiffing here, but it was all good. Everyone else was swinging at least, and that's a quick and easy round for Tempo. They got the clacker, and they're situated. Multiple
double Ingmar, double Mini.
Yeah.
What was the first one? It was Factory. So Factory Dome. I reckon this is a kill out.
Yeah, maybe.
No, actually,
I'd love to have a KRU for Kill House, but they were confident to bring it here. I guess we'll see what third map is.
Yeah.
Praying for them to Kill House or even a C-store, in fact.
C-store,
If it's bank, I'm going to be a little distraught for Crimson's team because they just lost a lot of the power weapons in one go. It is a Kill House.
Kill House, yeah, okay.
And it's going to be an old one, too, with the warehouse.
Oh, my God.
Hmm.
See, I think an interesting thing is we were both there for when Tempo was studying Knockout's, strategies. And I think they've honestly lucked out on this first map because Crimson Knockout is now going to have 6 rounds of attack. And Rainy has sat there and watched VOD after VOD after VOD, and I know Tempo have as well. They know what their game plan is. because Knockout's game plan is very simple. So I wonder how that knowledge will play into these next 6 defending rounds for Tempo, even if it even matters, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously these all these players were former teammates, or not all of them, but at least a lot of them with Cohen and Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the players on Tempo, and even you said Wong, who was playing Crimson. So there's a lot of familiarity with these players. They understand how they approach the game, what they like to do. So I'm sure that factors a lot into the planning, and the team that can throw a lot of counter unexpected plays and still mix in some confident defaults could probably do a lot of damage here and at least pull some rounds away, because you may have guys you may have either IGL saying, well, I know what this one's thinking, let's try this, and if you can mix it up on them, break the confidence a little bit, or at least like throw off the pattern recognition, maybe you can have an easier time calling the rest of these rounds. And I don't know, I've always been a big fan of double attack. I've also been a fan of initial attack too, though, because there's different advantages to both, right? Being able to see the initial maps versus, depending on if the maps are a lot more attacker favored, like, hey, I'm on defense, if we can claw away 1 or 2 of these, we're looking good. And I don't know, I'd say this is somewhat of an attacker favored map. They aren't really contesting any part of Lumber and Kitchen, though. This is something that's, I think, is somewhat interesting. Maybe in a concerning way, because they're giving up a lot of map control here. Torch and Nade is going to do a lot of work, and if they can get in the pillbox of this wall, uncontested in fact, there is going to be a lot of pandemonium for the defenders. This wall is not going to be fun to clear, or at least hold.
It's cleared out. Cohen might be dead here to the wall. Cohen is going to die to this wall. What are we doing? We've seen this wall many times before. Come on, man.
Oh, if Euphoria keeps fiddling around with
Euphoria
the clacker.
Euphoria just needs to hit this here. Oh my god. Rainy getting one onto O-Dog.
Wow, Cohen's going to be able to rotate out.
Crimson getting one onto Marketer. Euphoria getting one onto Cohen. We need to get this wall off now.
Ooh, the flank by Nuke.
Wall's down. Nuke getting the flank onto Rainy and Gefter. Wong pushing in. Cade down with the Dawn. It's now down to Nuke in a 1v2 situation against Wong and Euphoria. He has to push through his own barb on his doorway. Very unfortunate here. He's going to get swung. He gets the kill onto Euphoria. It's down to Wong. He's reloading in the corner, and that's just a good flash. He used his final bit of util. I reckon many people would have swung that dry, and I reckon that would have been a lot closer if he did.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we got some body shooting as well. We got a little bit of, there's a little
bit of hip fire, I think.
Look, honestly, I can't believe how well.
You can't bring it back, right? Why not?
True. I actually can't believe that Nuke got Euphoria all the way down that hallway with the brace fire on the Garuba.
Yeah. Nuke
I don't know
made a really
anyone
good
who's
flank
ever...
too. Maybe just a tad bit too late, but he'll equalize it down to 2-2. And credit to Crimson's team for at least putting up a fight there. It looked like it was very disastrous after the wall went down and the picks were already secured in office, but they showed some fight. I mean, we saw them how they won the first round. They just got to take good fights together. They have some shot. They have some good shots on these new players.
I think the issue is as well is that I feel like you have the wall down. They've heard you pop in the pillbox. They have to expect it. If you just flash through and you hit that wall, what can they do? Because Cohen dies to that wall, so you get rid of the close player, and then there's the long player down in Brick House. You get the flank on those people in office as well, so they have to watch both doors. And even then, you just have bomb control. But it still worked out for them in the end. It's just there's those little things that you can tweak about those plans that might be able to help a little bit more. I also feel like for teams specifically, I think Tempo has a better defender-sided strategy. I'm not too sure about Knockout, as I haven't actually watched them play before, and the only time I played them was a 4v5, so it kind of felt like every plan went out the window for them. I think that's an issue as well, is that I'm very glad that Tempo were able to grab Euphoria as a last-minute league-wide sub. It's just for those teams that don't have access to that, I feel like when they go against other teams that have full 5, it feels like they get a little bit loose in their planning. And while that should be something for the team of 4 to take advantage of, you're still a player down. You're still 100 health or 150 health out of the health pool.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those. Yeah. Maybe we add AI. Maybe you get an automatically filled AI bot.
Let's go face it moment.
Face it moment. Yeah.
I think that's what they do.
Now we've got 5 people. Now this is what. When I talked to Rainey about after he watched all those VODs, this is what he said. He said, when they are on attack, they love their 5-man pushes. And what do we see here? There's one line. It's a follow the fucking mother duck situation. Crimson leading the charge. And I think they can catch Markiner on the back foot here. Is Markiner on top of the... Is he on the actual walkway? I believe he is.
I think he is. Yes, he's just
Yeah,
playing
he is.
Molly in hand.
Playing Molly in hand. He might be getting ready on that red dock. But this is taking so much time, right? Like, there's 40 seconds out of the round now, so they just have to blitz it down and just rush it. So it's going to be a call of 3, 2, 1, blow. Oh. There's the blow. There's the Molly down, which is going to get damage onto Crimson.
Wow.
Marketer gets one onto Crimson. What a flick, and doesn't even get the trade-off from his enemy. Okay, Marketer trying to hold down Nuke. Rainy getting one onto Nuke. Rest of Knockout now coming through that door. Cade Corp getting one onto 1-1. Odog getting Rainy. Cohen now slowly underneath. Odog 1 HP. Cade Corp and Cohen dead to any of these weapons. Gefter getting flashed out. Moved back into Toxic. Marketer getting Cade Corp. Cohen getting Marketer. It's a 2v2 situation. It's a 2v1 situation. Cohen doesn't know that, though. It's down to Gefter and Cohen. 14 seconds. Euphoria needs to just stop making noise. Actually, no, this is perfect, because Cohen thinks he's up on the other walkway.
Now this is working.
This has actually worked. There's no way he has enough time on this bomb. What a play. Actually, I thought that shooting like that would have given Cohen the idea that he actually fell in there. But it worked. It delayed time. Is Gefter going to pick up the Ingmar? There we go.
Yeah, I also was kind of concerned about the shooting aspect. If he kept making noise, though, with movement, maybe you think, like, oh, he's on the upper walkway, I got to swing this guy.
Yeah.
I hear him there. The shooting kind of made it seem like it was a little bit of desperation. Made it a little bit too obvious, but it works. And tempo is now up 3-1. Neither team on the attack able to take that map.
Definitely a interesting start to this first game. We saw that first round dominance from Knockout. It was a little close. It was a little scrappy from both teams. They pulled through. There was a little bit of shit talk. A little bit of shit talk at the start. But if you notice, the chat hasn't really moved. I feel like the only way Knockout can win is if they get in Tempo's head. I think they still have good gunplay. I think they have a chance if they win their gunfights. But I think the real way that they can win here is if they do a little bit of a cheeky and they get in people's heads. Like, I think Markiner might be the weakest link for Tempo because he is the captain. He's dealt with all these players leaving and getting poached. And, you know, a day before the season starts, he loses 3 of his players. Stuff like that. But I don't think Crimson or Knockout have the footing to be able to give that little mental mind game a try. I mean, they're down 2 rounds. We're seeing another charge and Clack coming out onto the bottom side of jungle this time, not on the castle. They might just try and fast rush up jungle side, but I mean, you just give castle to the defenders. I feel like they can hold that top door and, you know, you kind of can't do anything about it. Whether they send someone base to open up the drawbridge, who knows? I mean, can that castle... Surely that castle can... That castle window where Rainy is can see onto the red door they're going to blow, right?
I believe so.
I would have to assume. That's an interesting barb from Long. Am I wrong for saying that's interesting? You could jump onto the stairs and get around that.
Yeah, you definitely parkour it. I don't know, I guess the plan is to kind of funnel them close and maybe Rainy down get peeked. I don't know. It's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
But, hey, it's funny. They're not even trying to go for that wall or that door. They're, in fact, trying to blow from jungle. I think this is part of what I was mentioning with Crimson. Wanting to, you know, be unpredictable. Not show defaults, not playing obvious plans. They're blowing into where 3 defenders are, depending on how these crosses work out.
Oh my god, Euphoria with a nice shot onto Crimson. Cohen getting Gefter. Markiner trying to spray down, gets one. Nuke might get Markiner's trade here.
Yeah.
He does it to 2v3. This has worked for them. This has very wildly worked for them. However, oh, Rainy is getting very lucky not getting his head taken off there. 1-1 down. It is a 1v3 situation for Rainy. This is such a crazy round to be working for them. I think that's desperation. I think at that point you need a backup. You need to play bomb. There's no point in you staying in that castle besides just going back.
Yeah, quite unfortunate.
Especially...
I guess no one heard. I don't think they were walking this, right? Or were they
no,
walking?
they didn't walk that.
No,
they ran all the way past jungle.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, I respect the heavy base hold in playing into this, but the moment whoever's up here's got to look for a second, get some intel, listen for the audio. This blow is devastating for Tempo's defense. Losing 3 bodies like that immediately is just a recipe for disaster. But hey, we're in the same situation for both teams going into the third defense round, which is you have a wall left, you have a torch. You may have lost some weapons on defense too that the attack got, which in fact they did in the Igmar.
Kept the nade as well.
Yeah, very interesting. Right now these teams are pretty neck and neck, winning the exact same round sides on each map thus far.
I have a feeling that someone on Tempo is going to go for a bit of a risky lumberyard play. They want to torch down the bottom. Yeah. Look, I think you could torch anywhere on this lumberyard and be fine. I think people choose to go right next to the door out of just simplicity. It's just the faster route. You also tuck underneath that pillbox window. You know, one good smoke and you can cut off that window anyway. I think it's, yeah, 5-man push into lumber. Like, I think this is the issue, right? Is that Crimson will swap it between doing a 3-2 split on the unorthodox entry. He's going to be that unpredictable person. And then there's going to be times he goes back to that, goes back to the well and he hits that 5-man rush. And whether this 5-man rush works is entirely on the fact of if his team can coordinate flashes and this nade correctly. They have double nade. They want to use torch. I don't even think they're considering clacker. I mean, wall charge. Which is an interesting prospect.
Yeah, I...
Alright, both nades are in... Did they never used their wall, did they?
I don't think so.
No, they doored on the factory. They wouldn't have... They're just electing not to use it. Oh, no. Yeah, they're just electing not to use it.
Huh.
Interesting for a last round. I kind of feel like you want everything that you could have access to. Unless they forgot clacker.
They could have lost clacker last round. That is true.
They could have lost clacker?
Might have been left outside on the...
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That or they brought the wall on the dome, but I don't know where you'd wall.
I don't know why you would. Yeah.
Anywho.
No, I don't think they ever did.
Tempo doing the exact same thing as Knockout on the previous defense, which again I'm not entirely the biggest fan of. Yes, you can play these barbs, but you also don't want them to just torch and take all lumber for free. Like even having someone kitchen early to open the door off an audio, maybe shoot some bullets into someone's back, just slow them up here. Because look at this, they're already aiming into the office barb. They're going to be taking office in a moment. They're probably going to clear pill with that. And now you have one barb you have to defend here, which I think luckily,
and they have
they have another nade. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Molly's, 3 of them, in fact, are going to have to be immaculate to stop this onslaught. Because otherwise they're going to get flashed and pushed in the site pretty quickly. One Molly's already being... Oh, 2 Molly's gone already.
I mean, look, that's 30 seconds if they can get this third one to play right. If Rainy runs over there in time and plays it correctly. Gefter getting away. Nah, he gets taken out. They're in, though. Euphoria needs to pull up. So oh, my God! Does he do it? No, he doesn't. He ran out of bullets. That was.
DPL?
He wins this.
Oh.
What the fuck is happening? What? Okay, 7 seconds to get through. I mean, honestly, you could have picked up that shield. And we're looking left. I don't know. I think you're right. I think this map you need to play outside of bomb because otherwise they have 4 flashes. They just run in. I mean, they had the double nade. Gefter dies to the guy in pillbox because they have no pressure on any, any connecting part of this room.
We don't see any wall banks here or even out. 2 mollies were
The
thrown
only-
before the nade was even blown up on the sight bar. But it's just util stuff. It's util stuff that if teams played that differently and looked at it differently, would change the whole outcome of rounds. Because like, obviously, they have 2 nades there. Your barbs are going to be gone, but you still want to put pressure on those chokes. You still want to, as they're sending a flash in, put some bullets through the wall, hit them in the doorway that they're funneling through. On both doors, in fact, that they have to push through the site. Unfortunately, just not in those positions. People got, I think, a little hectic or nerved. Just chuck their mollies way too quickly. And, all Crimson's team had to do was just wait out the mollies, get the barb gone, and then just throw flashes and go in. And even though the execute looked very sloppy, the DL player almost lost about 3 times on that guy back sight. They still managed to pull it out and win the round. And it just shows, like, you don't even necessarily have to be insane shots or go in and immediately kill everyone off of entry. You literally just have to play the util right. And credit to Knockout, they did not get flustered there.
Yeah, I mean, the issue there is they had those 3 mollies. It's 30 seconds of delay. Like, if you force Knockout to have to fucking, go, oh shit, we need to rush in after this molly now, you know exactly what the timing is. It's not waiting for that flash to come out. They're running in, they're flashing. Euphoria gets 2 off of that first push, which was nice. I think his management of his bullets in the big KR was a little bit iffy with the shotgun. But there's also the issue that no one was helping Euphoria in that lockers. It was going to be Gefter, and Gefter got taken out by the guy in pillbox because they had no they had no lumberyard pressure. If Wong went through kitchen, like you said, and played off audio, he honestly could have had a flank of a lifetime. I just think there's definitely some issues with mid-round calls in terms of playing for... sometimes you got to play a little bit risky, and I think on that map as well, everyone likes playing safe. They think that being in lockers and brick house is safe. But office is always going to be that stronger push for the attackers. Unless they blow brick house, then obviously the bigger push is going to be for brick house. As we head into this next round, Euphoria is sitting under a vent with a Gruber. This man is either going to be the rattiest rat to exist, or he's going to die instantly. I also wonder what... Is the plan just 5-man rush entrance? Like, this is the thing, right? Like, it's just 5-man rushes. And also, those barbs are placed in a way that you can actually get both, which is kind of eerie. I think.
And we'll see how Knockout, in fact, approach that. They've already taken most of the lobby, only to burn 1 flash. Oh, guess we're going to get a second in there.
Crimson pushed up in the smoke. O-Dog is going to take the initiative of baiting out the molly. Honestly, really well done. That's the issue, is that these guys are... I think you... Oh, wow. Doesn't get rid of either barb, though. That's They have 2 flashes to get through here. Euphoria needs to do something. Euphoria is actually, like... Well, Euphoria does not have a hold here. Wong gets nuked. Crimson gets Wong. That's a nice trade out. Gefter takes out Cade Corp. Rainy peeks as well. Gets Crimson and O-Dog. It's down to Cohen in a 1v3. 2 of his... Oh, my God. Wait. Euphoria with the flank. Euphoria, what are we doing? Euphoria? Okay.
Hey, he's got him locked up. Can't get
he's getting his damage, and they're coming in behind. That's what needed to happen, I think. Is just his teammates in accounting needed to push through to manager. Look, whilst the kill nade was amazing, I think you need it for the barbs. And what I'm also noticing is that
I don't know if I'd call that nade amazing. It was amazing in the fact, sure, got a frag, but
you got a kill. Well, it is a frag. So
we just talked about on util, right? Knockout won the previous round by just not needing to overstress. They used the util exactly where they needed to, and then were able to just flash it all out. This round they chuck the nade way too far. They don't even get the barb to push into sight.
Oh
And then
my
all of them die on
God.
a choke just walking in. I mean, that's how simple
Yeah.
some of these really, like, I don't know. I got like both those maps are pretty predicated. You kind of know where they're pushing. You know where the big fight's gonna happen. You just have to save your util and apply it appropriately. And not doing that can result in pretty devastating losses, as we just saw there for knockout. That's Saber
And I
gone.
think
That's Nade Clacker gone. Like,
yeah,
you lost a lot there.
an important part of that as well was they get to keep an extra so they had 3 barbs brought into that. They actually had a Flogel set up for that manager, and I believe it was going to be Gefter who was going to place it with the knack. And I mean, he didn't even need to, so they saved the barb, they saved the fire extinguisher, and now we get Zeus Archer.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I guess Crimson's team, you get a little blessing around here. You still have wall if you choose to use that. It looks like instead they might go for a torch here. Torch and nade. Okay, so now this is certainly something, because I'm personally not a big fan of bringing multiple barb clears in one round. It can it could be very, very detrimental to your late round splits if the other team is tracking your util and they know that you can't push through certain barbs, or you can't even enter certain doorways because you have no more barb clear. And I mean, I understand wanting to eco this round, because you're like, shoot, we lost a clack already. You don't want to lose a second, but this is, in fact, this is of course Zeus Archer. This is one of the most attacker favored maps. I mean, the defenders have literally one giant room to play.
yeah,
With sparse
I mean,
cover.
like, let's have a look at their guns. There's 2 leg grosses, a Gruber, a Knack, and a mini AK. The biggest value weapon in here at the moment is the mini AK. 4 defenders. They get the smoke off Inteller.
Did they not bring torch?
Oh my god, they didn't bring torch.
There's not even pressure on entrance right now. So all of a sudden, because of, again, some util fumbling, Knockout has to push through the tiniest portion of this map.
But also, if you go to when we get away from all this fighting, I'm pretty sure. Okay, see, this is the issue, right? Is that Molly comes out when the doors open, not when a flash comes through.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have to flash through here. You wait, like that's what you know you need to wait for. Crimson throwing another corner smoke for Delhi, cuts off Markiner. Wong1 and Odog having a nice little fight in bathroom at the moment. I think Wong1's chugging through his ammo a little bit. Geft is getting some nice knack damage off here, though. Flash in, 2 peeking. Wong gets 1. Does he get K'd as well? He does. Cohen and Crimson are out in Delhi, though. Geft gets Crimson. Cohen gets Geft, and Nuke gets Wong in the back. It's down to the 2 leg roasters. It's Markiner on bomb. And he needs to... Yeah, look. This is the issue, right? Is that how is, in the time spent that Wong is getting 2 in bathroom, Crimson and Cohen are able to get out Delhi? Because they should still be getting held down on that door, no matter the smoke that was in that corner.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, look, Crimson might be shit-talking.
It's kind of shit-talk, but it's also kind of true. And that's something we might have to discuss here, which is... Yeah, there should be no world where they're able to sit inside of that, like, 4x2 storage room, 4 tiles across, 2 tiles up, and not take, like, at least a couple hundred damage from the wallbang weapons, or at least not be held, you know, harder on the doorways. The molly earlier that you mentioned was a critical miss for tempo. They really need to make that adaptation. They need to hold mollies in hand. I've seen them a lot too, just try to throw mollies. They put mollies on people that are trying to throw it like across the room. I mean, shit, I can use my experience playing the game. If I'm holding a molly and I need to molly something, I'm a tile away maybe, at most.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for the flash pin pulls. You're waiting to hear the audio of them switching rooms because they're moving on different floors or different tiles. Like, you can't just throw the molly because you think they're just going to run you down. You need to wait for that confirmation visually, or... you know, not really auditorily, just visually. You need to see the flashes come out. You need to see the attacker step into the room before you throw that molly. I guess people are worried because it is kind of easy to run molly sometimes, but you'd be surprised if you can throw a molly and someone's holding that door gun up. Like, had they have done that on Delhi, for example, you would have seen so many knockout players die there. Like, the molly damage is chipping off half their health, and someone with a KR, even the Legros, 2 shots, probably would have taken out most of molly damaged people. So it's...
I think that's also a bit of an issue, isn't it? Because they wanted to hold all of bathroom. Honestly, in my opinion, you give attackers the bathroom with a little bit of resistance, because the only ways they get out are next to the telehole and the vent that's on the floor.
That's
like,
another thing I just realized too. I haven't seen Tempo play a shotgun almost at all. That room, if I know you're not thinking about a shotgun on that map, but even if someone had decided like, hey, I'm bringing the tub here for a rat play, and you realize they're going full green, like a tub and bathroom also just locks that down.
Yeah.
It feels like they're kind of hindering themselves right now with some of the util that's being utilized in the fashion they are using it, in fact. I know it's a little word garbage, but
yeah,
they need to better employ their utility here, because otherwise they're just giving Knockout free space to take all of this map control without any pressure.
I mean, see, this is a big issue as well, is the fact that it's just Wong in this office. I know Rainey is up on those pipe works ready to hold him, but if they get this deep flash through, it's down to... I mean, no, the flash was horrible.
This, by the way. No, he didn't.
Odot. Oh my god. Namakina doesn't even turn around. Thanks. Okay, get them.
Nice shot.
Rainey gets 3. Rainey's on a bit of a roll here. Rainey gets taken down by Crimson. Gefter wanting to peek out onto Cade here. Turning his back to him. I think Cade might have a flank here onto Gefter. He does. Right. And this is just a travesty. I mean, Marketing just gets flashed out. He's probably dead here.
Yep.
Like, it's... What is like, these rounds are... We have a 3K coming out from Rainey, and we're just not noticing the fact that they still have a wall, so we need to be careful of the dog blow. Like, we're not being mindful of where we're standing. I mean, Markina literally didn't turn around when Euphoria got blown up behind him. I don't know how Markina lived, but he didn't turn around. Like, these are rounds that Knockout, in my honest opinion, have no right in winning, but are because Tempo just can't grasp onto the advantage that they give themselves. They're giving themselves these rounds where Rainey can pop off with a 3K with a Gruber, but it seems like nobody else can hit a shot. Euphoria gets blown up in the back, that's instantly one gone, and they have that opening. It just feels like it's getting sloppier and sloppier now because Crimson and Knockout are now on a roll.
Yeah, and my biggest concern for Tempo especially is right now because the util is so off, because they're actually getting kind of caught by the slow, mediated plays that Knockout's doing, like walking the wall over, delayed blows, delayed pushes. They're kind of scrambling. It feels like they're just a team that's under distress right now. And they're resorting to, hey, I need to make plays, I need to peek and, get individual frags here, I need to pop off. And it's, in a game like Due Process and any competitive tack shooter, those pop-off plays you need those when you're down. You don't need that kind of aggression when you're up 5-3 in a round, right? Like, Long One gets 2 in the bathroom on that C-store. It's very close quarters and kind of hard to hold. The last map, though, I mean, everyone's positioned for Doc, and like you said, they blow red on the factory office. Everyone turns their attention there, and no one's thinking in their mind, like, they have a double. They have a double. Wait. Careful on the double. Careful on, the dock doors. Careful on the green entrances. You have all that audio to play off of. You know when they can kick into a green. You know when they get out of office. You kind of have to assume, or not even assume, you just narrow down, like, okay, if they're not in green, and they still have a wall, what's the only other spot they can wall, right? It's our docks. Like, you gotta have someone. You can't at least be playing on the dock wall. It was similar to that dome round where you knew at some point they were gonna use a door in that dome, and you're like, okay, they haven't blown castle yet, so what's the only other spot they can blow? And no one made that connection quick enough. So, but here we are. I mean, they're gonna be doing their own office blow here. Same double barb setup. I like this by Machina. He's going to go outside and I think smoke and put some fake pressure on accounting, or even throw these flashes late to allow the team to work through manager and pass the bar. If they can pull that off, they can do something special here. But Cade with the Dawn. Look at what Knockout's doing in comparison, right? They're putting a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
They have a double stack in lobby, which I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of because there's no barb here. I guess O-Dog is going to put some pressure on Teller. So this could honestly be devastating. Oh my goodness.
And that's fragged down, by the way. I'm going to keep that clear. Gets taken out by Crimson in the back. Crimson takes out 3. There is, yeah, like this is shocking. This is now a tie for Knockout. Unless Markiner can do the impossible and get a 1v4 clutch off. He has a smoke, he has a flash. The issue here is the nade that they've dropped first round on Rainey's body. Now, Cade is going to be probably playing for a better gun here. Yeah, he's picking up the mini. Markiner giving them a lot of time to just simmer. Let them get back into their heads. Let them say, hey, let's not do any funny business. 40 seconds, it's a 1v4. Like, they know that... I mean, Markiner just grabs Clacker and he runs. Like, he knows that he probably can't get that nade. And the only thing he's banking on is the fact that these guys don't grab the nade. So I think, let's definitely check overhead. I kind of want to see if they get this nade or not.
Ran right by it.
Nah.
Oh, he still has time.
Oh my god.
There's still 5 seconds. Oh,
Cohen got it.
Nade.
Yeah, and that's the issue.
Hey.
Am I wrong for saying that? I think second entry should always be nade. Because then at least if your first entry gets shot down in the middle of the street, you can back up. A saving grace for tempo here is that it is Zeus Archer. So as long as they don't fuck up the easiest attacker-sided map in the game, they have a 50-50 chance on that factory of securing a tie.
Yeah. I mean...
I've also just remembered, Crimson used to be Tempo's mid-round IGL. Who do you think's mid-round IGLing for Tempo at the moment?
I'm pretty sure it's either Rainy or Machina's helping there. So,
because
I think they have mid-round IGLing in effect. It's just quite unfortunate because if we watch that round back, and again, this is just something for Tempo to learn and for other teams to, I guess, acknowledge, right? You're going into lobby, you're immediately getting pressure from a Dawn, just shooting through your door. You know, maybe just a normal team just has the Dawn there putting pressure for no rhyme or reason. They're just like, oh, let's just see if the Dawn can do some damage, whatever. And the rest of their team isn't playing off that. But if you're immediately feeling pressure on a room, such as lobby, for example, you gotta take some time there. You gotta realize, like, okay, they're not just, you know, a Dawn by itself here. Why would they do that, right? Like, surely there's gonna be other, like, not gimmicks, but they're gonna try to apply pressure in other ways here. Like, the Dawn is meant to be almost a distraction. We know the Dawn doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And so you see someone PG2 from manager with an Igmar.
Yeah.
And you just can't assume that the corners are clear like that in lobby.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, Tempo, love them. There's definitely a little bit of nerves going on right here because they're missing util that they shouldn't be missing, and they're not clearing and not approaching certain rounds that I've seen them be able to do before. Maybe it is knockout. Maybe it's knockout getting in their heads. Maybe it's the heat of the moment. I'm not sure, but hey, like you said, they got Zeus Archer. This is the perfect round to, you know, get back into this game and at least put yourselves at a point of getting at least a tie here.
All right. See, I think on that last bank, well, we'll get to that after this round, but Pop goes off. Rainy spraying in. He has a shotgun, which is why he's using his PK. You can see the shadows. That's the counter nade coming out. Euphoria getting one on Crimson at the back. Rainy now about to flash in for his team. Kate sitting close here with the knack. Flash goes deep. He gets nothing because Rainy cleans him up with the shotgun. We are full blind as spectators. Amazing game design. Rainey getting another one onto O-Dog. He's just running it down with that shotgun. Coming out of the bathroom now. And now Nuke, I think, is last in storage. And that is the round. I think what you have said earlier has struck gold. That's the first round I've seen them use a shotgun. And look what happened. Rainey gets 2. 1 on entry. 1 as he pushes up to bomb. And they win the round. That was the cleanest round we have probably seen from Tempo. Like, you can't negate a vital piece of util like the shotgun for stuff like close quarter combat. If Cade had the opportunity to get half a mag of knack out there, you know, if Rainey had an AP rather than the DL, the TTK is a little bit longer, so Cade has a little bit more time to be able to get that knack damage out, and that could have made or break the round. Made or broke. Jesus, words. Now we head on to this final map, decider, winner or tie. And if this goes to a tie, boy am I fucking glad that we've removed tiebreakers. Holy, we would probably be sitting here for 3 hours. This might be another Mos Eisley Tempo situation. Do you remember that?
I do.
That was crazy.
I remember that. I had to play the next match right afterwards.
Oh yeah, true.
So we were, I mean, excitingly forced to watch that match go down, and I mean that's one for the history books for DPL.
For DPL, I think I don't think it reaches season 5 finals length, but I definitely think it's up there.
Yeah,
I
think season 5 finals, if I'm not mistaken, was
not a 2-day,
but it was played over 2 days, because I think after map 5, which I don't remember if it was full maps or if it was just 3 halves. All I know is after map 5, they actually agreed to play the 6th map the next day. And then the final was decided on day 2 in a map 6 of a grand final. Yeah, it was something.
So 11 maps.
Potentially. I need to look and see.
Or 11.
I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, you do have one of the players who was in that match on your team, so I mean, you could always ask him.
True. Shout out Roach if he's watching.
Shout out Roach.
He'll know, but
he'll know. Those who know.
Those who know. Anyways, this is the make or break round. They have, look at this, double clack. They have double double breach, double nade clear. You have saber up, and you have a lot of flashes, I believe. At least they're grabbing the rest of them in the truck. Maybe it's only 4 flashes. Okay, that's good. Either way, you have all of the utility afforded to you here to make something happen. It's really just going to be on Tempo to not allow knockouts aggression and, you know, I guess unpredictable plays get to them. They need to take their time here, clear their corners, work together. This is critical for Tempo in order to get this tie. And for knockout, I mean, double Igmar, Mop, Big AK, you have all the weapons and even the mollies at your disposal here to make something happen. And similarly for you. You know, apply your util properly. You got 3 mollies to stall out a push for a while. And you have all the best long-range weapons, so...
That's already one molly gone.
Already one molly gone. Yeah, Crimson did not take damage there. Luckily he gets out. I don't think they have an angle, unfortunately, on him. He's just in the safe zone of this cut here.
I think Markino might be watching the door into office. There's the double flash. They need to get out here, and they need to take their fights. Markino gets one onto Nuke in office. Gefter gets Cade caught before he gets O-Dog on Pipeworks. It's down to Crimson and Cohen, dynamic duo. Big AK and Morp. Morp takes a shot. Don't know if he connects. 1-1 takes out Crimson. This is a 1v5 for the Morp. I don't think it's going to happen. He gets Gefter, though. And it doesn't, and that's a tie game.
Wow.
What a comeback from what felt like a sloppier performance from both teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think
they both held their own,
though. This is exactly how a grudge match is meant to be played. You know what I mean? The emotions are higher. Yeah. Mistakes are going to be made. Perseverance is required because both teams, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but they want this win more than they want to win other matchups in this league. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of vitriol here. It's a little bit of I told you so. You know, I'm on the right team kind of vibes. they want to prove it to each other. And so in the getting caught up in the emotions there and in the highs of like wanting to win this game, we saw a very sloppy matchup. And regardless, it still delivered already on map 1. A tie game between two teams that honestly I cannot tell you which way it'll go on map 2. I had my inclinations before the game, but now I have no idea.
Okay, not sure if I'm supposed to say this on stream, but something very funny has happened, and I think I need to share this with my co-caster.
Oh.
I think you are right with tensions being high, is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
There you are. Okay, I have the statistics for this first game.
Yeah, what were the stats look like for this map 1? Is that is something I'd love to show. Maybe on stream. I don't know if I can though.
You could pull it up as like just an image source, I guess.
Sure, yeah, if you have the image, I can
Just
pull
make
it
it.
up on stream.
Yeah. If you just gotta download it.
Oh wait,
I think.
actually, you know, I have this fancy thing called DP
Oh,
stats.
wait.
I think I can bring it up myself. Let me check it out.
Well, I already sent it to you, buddy.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's just test this out real quick for science. Pretty sure spectators get the player log.
I think they do.
And we do. So we're gonna pop this up real quick. Our impromptu stats may not show up on your end now. I realize it, but it's showing up on stream, and that's gonna be a rainy 1500 damage, 12 and 8, 3 entries. Look at this stat right here. The opening duels. Tempo won 10 of the 12. No, sorry, math it failed me. Apparently, they won 9.
Damn.
9 of the 12 entries in that round. Only managed to convert 6 of those rounds.
Yeah. Like it's
Opening duels is massive in this game, especially for the attack in rounds, in just the design of the game, in fact, with the higher health pools, more utility that attackers will usually bring and can use later in the rounds. Like, you know, opening duels, not every single one is equal, obviously. Some get traded out immediately. Some, you know, can end up being the 2Ks, 3Ks, what have you. But, yeah, that's something Tempo's definitely got to hopefully acknowledge going into map 2 is, one, we're winning the opening duels. Like, even just looking at the frags, Crimson also 12 and 8, props to him. But we're seeing some guys over on their team, their top damage player had only 4 kills.
Yeah.
And granted, he's putting a lot of work in with those assists. The Igmar damage is huge, but you know, Tempo looked like on some of those rounds for sure that they were going up 5v3, 5v4. You just got to convert those rounds. That's where you need to slow down. You need to reset, figure out, hey, what's going on here? What control do we have? Are we sure we cleared the spot that the defenders could be ratting on? You know, do we have the util to clear this out properly? Make sure we're holding our mollies, such and such. And, you know, you just don't, you have the advantage and you just cannot let that be thrown away. So, again, props to Knockout for managing to not only show up right here with a, you know, very new team, a lot of new players here, but even take the lead and be on, you know, 6-4 match point on this first game. I mean, they're doing some crazy stuff. They're mixing up the aggression with the, you know, the slow delayed pushes. They're really throwing Tempo for a loop, in my opinion. We saw a lot of those blows just caught Tempo completely off guard. And if they can continue to execute that to high effect in map 2, I mean, they could pull away with it, honestly. Also, real quick, we got Roach in the chat. Thank you, Roach. 5 games. 3 of them were 6-6, lasted 5 hours. OT was postponed to another day, I think the very next day. So, yeah, I think they played the first 3 matches 6-6. Then they had... Or, no. Sorry, I think he's saying the map was won. Then there was multiple 6-6 score lines. And then another map was won by the other team, so they just kept... Each team won a map, and then 3 of them were straight up. So they were full maps, full round games, full 12-round games. They played over 60 plus rounds. That probably is the longest game of all time in DPL, old and new.
Just to have all the money stolen from it. You know?
Oh no. Was there money stolen? I don't remember. Anywho, map 2.
Nah, not from that one. Not from that season specifically.
We can get right into it. Do you have any other thoughts? Sorry, no, I didn't give you much time to process.
Nah, you're
that
fine.
mentally.
I look. I'm gonna stick by my word. I think both teams pulled up on that latter half of the game. I just think the first half was really sloppy. I think that they both definitely go into this with equal minds. They reset their minds. They didn't exactly take that 5-minute break, did they? They just went straight back into it.
Yeah, I think both teams are
Now,
just feeding off the emotions of that game. They, maybe they're just anxious. They just want to get it going. I understand.
Yeah, and I mean, look, honestly, I think if they get this blow off fast enough, where are they blowing? They are blowing
They're
backstage.
gonna blow backstage and probably work a direct into here. I think Green's
Does
gonna be
that
crucial for this.
blow not get the barb?
You think it's it does get the barb. That is a little bit of
Hey.
way there.
Cade with the Dawn. Gefter just needs to get a good flash in here, or even nade. To be honest, he could nade out that corner.
Rainy on top.
Molly
of the
comes
stage.
down. Rainy getting Cade with the Dawn. See, I just think they played really aggressively for that green. They didn't expect the playoff. Wong getting one onto Nuke now. Crimson 20 HP in this hall still. Cohen waiting for that shot onto Mark, and he's about to get it. He knows he's about to get it. Gefter getting this defuse off though.
Just defusing on site.
60, 70, 80, 90, and he saved the round. Now, did Gefter save the... I believe he threw it.
I think he
And
did
then
throw
Odog
it.
getting taken down by Wong one there. But look at that first round. 2 mini AKs and Ingmar.
And Mop.
And Mop.
They really, they win for it. They win for that momentum swing round. Just like, hey, let's bring our power weapons. Let's see if we can just claw this round away. And on certain maps, I would definitely subscribe to that. Especially if it's one you think you can hold well on defense, or even if it's a 50-50. That map does not play well to the defenders, I would say.
Dome and...
The red's
and
right
Dome and
there.
C-Spore then next.
Yeah, especially with
Sorry.
Dome Factory were next. Oh no.
No, Dome C-Store. C-Store. So you're missing both mini AKs for a C-Store? I don't know about that.
And that's a kind of map too, right? Like, holding green there, I don't think that alone is necessarily bad. But holding green and not wall banging onto that very thin stage walk up in that very thin stage area, I think was a crazy misplay.
Yeah.
Because you let Tempo scale all of this backstage, which I can't obviously draw 1-to-1, but they managed to get right on site immediately with the red blow, and Barb was misplaced. No mollies to stop the push. 2 defenders were practically just caught in the back of sight, and
I think there was a molly. I think it just got really misplayed.
Oh.
I think they threw it lower instead of... Yeah, it got thrown
I think
lower
you're right,
as they
you're
pushed
right.
out
They
onto
throw
the
molly
bar.
lower. By the way,
But
like,
there was a second one, because Rainy has one. Like,
oh, well, I guess we need to retract some of what I said. And hey, he had mollies. You got to use them a bit better there.
yeah. Hey,
Again,
buddy.
throw the mollies
I'm off.
closer. Don't chuck them across site, because you have to work with the arc, the travel time. Like, mollies are not hit scan. That's the funniest thing that I feel like some players don't look at when throwing the molly. They think, oh, I have a molly and I'm 5 tiles away. I just have to throw left click and it's already at their feet. Like, no, that sucker has to move. That thing has to travel through the air. It is affected by gravity, whether we think it's coded into the game or not. But that molly has to actually go to the destination. So you cannot be so far away that they can pass the molly by the time it detonates. So I don't know. Either way, that was a good round by Tempo. Give them props. They got in there quick. The green guys did not over-aggress.
Yeah, and I think that was vital as well, is that because they were able to hold that green pressure, they were just so strong on that backstage run as well. Nuke and Odog both holding this beach kick. I reckon neither of them shooting off. Mark gonna get to Nuke. Odog gets Gefter. He doesn't get the second, but does he get away? Wow. Lucky motherfucker. Wong getting this flash ready. He's going to bank it off this wall. You know what's interesting? I don't think I've seen either team use the auto. I'm thinking about it now. I don't think
it was one round on Rainy on the lumber
yeah, on the brick house. Yes.
That was the only round I remember seeing it.
Mark gonna getting on into Odog. He must have been trying to rotate and just got picked off by the Saber. That's unfortunate. Wong getting onto Cade Corp. Crimson and Cohen again. It's down to Cohen with the flank on the 2 in obs. Markiner and Euphoria, last two alive. Euphoria whipping a whole mag. You know he's down in water. Markiner just needs to get the slow peek here. I mean, look, Euphoria probably should have used that flash a little bit faster to get that kill, but no matter what, I think Markiner had that anyway. Cohen was too enamored with Euphoria. He was too euphoric about the guy above him, many are saying.
There we go.
Yep, there's my zinger. I will be here.
Yeah, and look at how drastically different these first two rounds are for the second map. Tempo just coming in with the energy. Man. Honestly, they're not messing around. No. They were getting held up here, they had 3 people fighting this together. Yes, they lost Gefter, but Beach managed to get the refrag, or I think actually the initial pick, and they just kept working base. They took all the ground afforded to them. They made sure to clear it. They still did their due diligence, but and then credit to Wong and Rainey on the 2-man push. They bided their time there. They had flashes ready. They got 2 picks inside of the obs, even though Cohen manages to clean them up and refrag them right back. Like, the pressure there was felt, and credit to Machina and I think, like you said, Euphoria as well. Off of the refrags, they immediately took up the site and gave Cohen pretty much no chance to clutch that round down. Here we are, staring at a great 2-0 split.
Zeus Archer!
And the team will be, once again, playing Zeus Archer.
I'm messaging him right now. I'm messaging him.
They have a wall, right? They do have a wall.
Oh, they can't. Yeah, they door. What did they door? They doored that.
Yes.
Obs. They doored backstage.
Obs.
They have wall.
Yep. There's a wall here. They have torch and nade. The attack is everything you need to pull off this round once again. And you know,
honestly, the issue here is, let's think back to the guns that Knockout have lost. They've lost both mini AKs. They lost the big AK on that dome. They lost the Morp. They lost the Dawn. They lost an Ingmar. They lost
multiple
pretty much
already.
Multiple mollies. The only thing they have for them is an auto shotgun. Like, this is going to... Yeah, look, Cade's bringing it out now. He's probably going to be sitting on the bomb. What does this say?
A rising.
A rising phoenix. Holy shit.
I love this. I love this. Just for the name alone. I am slightly worried. You gotta, obviously now the auto's being brought out. Do they know this? They don't. We're asking.
Is a pause possible? Pause. Can you pause by chance? Yeah, can you?
Sometimes I don't have the ability to pause. And I do have the ability to pause. Tack timeout, right? Or tech timeout.
Tell him that I'm not in there, bro. Yeah, I'm not in there.
I'm pretty sure tech timeouts you get about 2-3 minutes, right?
You get I'm gonna go to the official rule book for that because you know what? It's getting to the end of the season. I'm gonna be antsy about the rules.
Got him.
You all better be on your best behavior. DPL rulebook. Here we go. So we have got technical timeouts. Where is it? Match start time by matches. Tiebreakers. Timeouts. Technical timeouts can be and will last at max 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So assuming it's been about a minute, they have about 4 minutes left here, which is fine. I mean, Crimson's just restarting, so.
Yeah, we'll give them to whatever the hour is for you, 27, and then they will be.
They'll be asked
we will
to
force
use a timeout. Yeah, like a tag timeout or something. Because I think each team has a tactical timeout for about 30 seconds.
Each team has 2.
You get 2 timeouts for. I guess BO2 isn't explicitly mentioned. BO1 gets a single.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, so I'm just gonna swap it to BO2. We'll give to. I'll do BO2/3.
There you go.
Or I can just do. Or I could just change BO5 because we're never doing a BO5 again. I'll do BO3 gives 3 and we give BO2 2. Then it makes sense. You get one per map essentially. He's back by the way, so we can start it again.
Yes.
I think that works. I think that's a good change. I honestly never looked at the timeout, so thank you for actually telling me that. Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Okay. So is there a resume game or just hit this again?
You just hit pause button again.
Okay.
Yeah. You've done that before. What do you mean? You've paused before.
I paused once in a blue moon. It like genuinely does not work sometimes.
You know, you're fair, yeah.
I know lacking, upon hearing this information, will probably crash out on me because she does not have the ability to pause at times. But...
Neither do I, and it's fucking annoying.
Oh,
but
okay,
you know,
why not, Zigala? Why not?
I don't know why you specifically have the power, but it's like, it's not the worst thing in the
Shout out
world.
Tetra. Smile.
Okay.
Anywho, Tempo here going for the if it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset and planning. In fact,
And,
they're just gonna hit this wall right again and stack up everyone over here.
I mean, Knockout have gone for the exact same thing. They've gone, well, our plan didn't work, but why should we fix it? So, I mean, we're going for the exact same hold here. We know they have wall. They've blown open. Kate is still sitting top side auto. Is that nade going back deep
Nade's
onto the
going
bomb?
into the bomb.
It is. Bang! There goes O-Dog. There goes Cohen. What a shot.
What did he see? What an
What did he
amazing
see,
shot through
Mark?
the snow. That's gonna get a 5v3 advantage for Tempo, and they're not, they're not just flying in. They're getting flashes down. Now they're scaling together. Will Rainy check this corner? That
Rainy.
first flash coming in clutch for him on the bomb.
Wow. Now they just have to force through. Now Cade has to run through Delhi. 1v5 situation with the auto. And I just don't believe it. Like, it's just a firing squad. What a perfect first set from Tempo. Again, I find it weird that I understand Tempo going back to the well. I think that's the sporting term that people use when you use the same thing again because it worked, right? You're the sporting nerd here.
What's up?
Do people normally say going back to the well when they rerun a trick or some shit like that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I haven't really heard that.
Oh. Okay, well, I thought you were a sport fan. My bad, gang.
Not enough of a sport fan. My bad.
No, my god.
I do know another definition or another idiom. One of insanity, where you do the same thing and you expect a different
Ooh.
result. Tempo
True,
didn't expect
because-
it because they were okay with it. They won. But Knockout there, you got to do something different, man. I know you're down on the guns. You only have an auto and a few knacks or whatever and Grubers, but hit an open.
Look,
do something. Maybe put an extinguisher on the
is-
red, kick the red door
yeah.
down when you open teller. Like, do something funny. You can't just sit back there and eat 4
Let them
flashes
do the exact
and
same
the nade,
thing.
like,
It was 6, actually.
or
It was 6
in
flash.
fact, maybe.
I do find it funny. Gefter did say econ diff in chat, and that is exactly what happened. Like, Knockout had no defensive guns there for any map, let alone that C-store. They had the auto, but that's once in a blue moon if they decided to push green. Like, they know you haven't used the auto. Why would they go into a auto-prone area? Like, I think if Cade plays in storefront there and prays that they don't throw a close flash, he might get someone. It's just, yeah, just didn't work out for them. Crimson going for the 3-2 split here onto the back of Office and Checkpoint. A little bit of a deviation from the plan of Tempo. Tempo are setting up for that backstage blow. And thankfully, the barb is placed far back enough that it will not be blown up by the door charge. My clue is, would you rather your barb be up on that stage, or would you rather it be on that bottom right corner of construction? Like, you know where the wall is between club and the actual stage?
Yeah, like
Sort of, yeah, like there, exactly there. Because you could place someone in the corner, someone behind bar, and even someone on the door as an anti-flash. Like, I feel like that is the better option for a barb. But what do I know? My team is 10th.
I at the very least, and this is something I haven't really seen either team do a lot, rotate barb, right? If you're really concerned about this, maybe you put their initial barb here, sure. But this barb on backside, while it is going to pay dividends for them here to have it immediately, if you're not expecting this blow, at least like 8 times out of 10, keep this barb in hand. Like, have the guy play here. If this door gets blown up, the barb is down. Perfect. If this door doesn't get blown up and someone like Euphoria or your teammates lower are like, yo, I hear people backstage, put the second barb here. And maybe they nade this first one and they don't have anything to get rid of this barb. And now all of a sudden you have a insane winning position.
There was a slight misplay there. Ozog actually ran the wrong way with charging Clacker, so this back blow is actually going to be delayed by a little bit. Markinen now going to help his team with Wong. Are pushing top side of Office though. Gefter trying to get some knack spray down onto Crimson, gets taken out, but he does deal some decent damage to Crimson. I would say that's effectively Crimson now. Markiner with the focus.
Oh no.
Crimson getting Rainy as well. This is a 2v5. all of them, 3 of them are about half health. 1-1 needs to play back here. Needs to bide his time. That's not how you bide your time. It's now Corey who gets timing on as he looks away from the door. Like, I don't know what happened there, but Look, it's unfortunate. I think Gefter shouldn't have been left by himself like that in construction, especially with green open and being pushed. But I think Markiner having that timing with Cade in the top green, like, you know they've blown this office side. If they aren't through the bar, there's only one other way they can come through. So you have to be mindful that even if you don't see him as you run up to the door, you could get timing done like that.
Yeah. I think the positioning there as well for tempo kind of undid them. You have one player on kitchen, Machina, who's supposed to hold all of the office hallway contests as well as green playing Gefter's cross. And in the tiny little, checkpoint window here with the rotate in the backstage, you have both Rainy and Euphoria that are having to contest from an outside window and on a rotate in front of a red door. 2 players there in such a precarious spot. I don't know if that's really the move. Another person in green playing Gefter's cross, or even a second kitchen, even having one of them split on each checkpoint window so they can't walk into that green on Gefter. I think any of those gives Tempo a way better chance of winning that green contest. But
100%.
Credit to Knockout, they took their time. They were on that window. They, even with the little door charge clacker snafu or whatever, they still managed to take into green and get all the picks they needed. And the office people, they ran down Machina and they put pressure on site, killed Wong, and you don't really need to do more than that. If you can just take the whole map, then sure. Have yourself a win.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now back onto this map, which I wouldn't really say is another defender-favored map. I mean, there is at least more aggressive angles to contest here. We saw Knockout get some damage on an early base peak. Obs in the upper jungle areas are both, I think, going to be critical here. I hope the Mop is coming out, and in fact it is for Tempo. Mop can do a lot here to contest base, as well as jungle walkout, so... Really
I think it's interesting.
Global, maybe.
Global as well on the lower obs, which I don't hate. I think that's a great idea. It's unfortunately not going to be the idea that, Knockout are perceiving. They're perceiving the good old 5-man rush base Normandy style. So, I do believe Euphoria is making the correct decision here, I think. I think he has heard the extent of how many people are running in front of him. And this is going to be a difficult way to play this, right? You're playing 2 people through the same hole. One has a tighter angle than the other. Euphoria might get a bit antsy here and even walk in front of Gefter. I think that was a shot onto Cade. I think Euphoria actually got that shot off.
He did.
He definitely did. That's a missed molly, which is rather unfortunate. But we do see the smoke coming out, temporarily covering as they push up into base. 1-1 now, holding top runes. We have Gefter in water with the Angmar. Another molly, ready to be prepped. We have 4 flashes coming out here. Gefter, full blind, holy. Another flash. Euphoria sitting in the smoke. If he gets a kill here, what are we doing? And this is, okay, this is kind of an issue, is that they've given them the bomb. Gefter comes out here, gets 1. Euphoria gets a 1 onto O-Dog. It's a 2v3. Ingmar and Morp against Cohen 1 HP on the Saber. Cade tagged by the Morp, and Nuke the Gruber full health. Flash comes out. That's their last flash of this round. Gefter gets taken down by Cade Corp. It's down to Euphoria. Nuke can actually see Euphoria, and that's just unfortunate. I think there are definitely ways to play that. I think they should have had someone on the other side of Ruins. I don't think they all should have been bunched up in observation the moment that green kick comes in. I think Markin is right to stay there for the Flogel, but I think you have someone play the other side so they can just swing out from that closer. Okay, and we're seeing... Sorry, I know this is a wrong time to say it, but what has Nuke actually done for this team?
Hey. Tensions are flying. These teams, like I said, this is a grudge match. I'm not shocked to see it coming out. But
I mean, yeah.
To go to the round, and to your point, yeah, I mean, I think part of that too, and the reason they rotate off that op so much is, you know, believe it or not, I think Crimson's IGLing and their unpredictability, as I was trying to mention earlier in the first map, is I think it's getting the tempo a bit. You know, they did quite a few rounds with delayed pushes, walking onto blows, you know, letting the green guys just take pressure early and make it seem like that's going to be the main push. And so tempo there, not wanting to be caught yet again on a late red, we're like, okay, we got to hold this red. We got to be ready for the, you know, the late obs blow. We think obs is necessary here. And just not acknowledging, maybe not good enough comms from the people base, like, hey, there's 3 smokes up. There's something's going on here. You know, you wouldn't be throwing this many smokes for just 2 people, right? Like, this adaptation needs to be made quicker on the fly. And unfortunately there, yeah, it was devastating. Tempo had no one really in lower jungle. And Crimson walks on the bomb and starts defusing before a single frag even comes out. Like, that was insane.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they have a golden opportunity here to equalize on Zeus Archer. Anywho, I believe, oh yeah, they saved double here. Interesting. Interesting how they managed to do that with just a single green push, few smokes. I mean, Knockout's in prime position to win this round. A double blow here on Zeus Archer is very, very hard to deal with. It's almost impossible to hold Teller, especially with entrance open. There's going to be so much pressure on all of these players in storefront to make something happen. And with the lights immediately hit off too, there's not even an opportunity to open the entrance and get some initial pressure. Cohen will get that opened as soon as Crimson clacks. Wall will be placed. They're going to probably time it for a double blow at the same time. And the death match will be ensuing here very shortly, as soon as Crimson remembers he has
Yeah, I just straight in. They got the lights off in time. Crimson gets taken out by the fucking Pixel Peak. You just took so much damage from it. Why are we running back into it? I mean, oh my god.
Okay, well,
say goodbye to that man's head.
That pixel's done and dusted, but it does get Crimson.
It is a nice equal trade-off. We have 2 tubs coming out on this map as... Oh, no, sorry. I'm blind. I thought Rainy also had a tub. That is a KR. We got mini KR. We got big KR. We got tub. And we got a knack against... They have the auto and Ingmar. Like, mini. This is an interesting setup for these gamers right here.
Ooh, O-Dog's gonna be
Euphoria playing
right
in this...
on the bomb. Doesn't connect.
And it... doesn't it did, but look at Euphoria. He's literally 5 HP. This smoke is gonna go out. He probably dies the moment it does. Gefter missing an excruciating amount of times. He somehow gets into the...
Oh,
that's an unfortunate TK. That's a really unfortunate TK. I mean, I get it. It's the final. It's like the dying moments of a round, and you're scared out of your mind.
oh, look at the time too. They actually, just from how slow
Yeah.
the attack was progressing there.
That was pretty unfortunate. Cohen getting a 4K though. Let's go.
All right.
Nice little cheeky 4K
All right.
for the
It's
round.
5 actually.
He gets 5. He gets 5. Okay. Gefter can hear us in the casting box for some reason.
He's tapped into the booth. I don't know.
He's tapped in. He's stream sniping.
Might need to look into that. Just kidding. But we are already now back to a tie game.
Yeah, it feels like we're just booted up a casual. Fuck that cast. Katie Demolisher, can you? See, what I like is, right, is that, like, 90% of these people are nice to each other, right? Like, Wong is nice to Cohen, Cohen's nice to all the Tempo boys. I mean, Kay doesn't really interact with them. O-Dog and Nuke are obviously teabagging and shit like that. But, like, the real, like, villainy is coming from Crimson. And, like, everything. Talk shit, get hit, been the philosophy since 2006. Yeah, see, this is like, look. I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's definitely some people are playing a little bit too much into it. I think overall, at the end of the day, obviously, they were all teammates. This community doesn't really have, any bad blood, I think, for a lot of people at the very least. So people are just happy to play the game. And we're happy to have good competitive games like this one. I mean, shoot, this has to be the closest game of the season thus far.
I definitely is.
We have another 3-3 split scoreline. On essentially now we have a casual match's length left to decide who's going to receive the final points in this matchup. And we didn't get to talk about this prior, but these teams are neck and neck in the standings. I'm pretty sure they are a point difference.
Are the standings up to date on the Liquipedia?
They are.
Okay, I'm going to pull them up now. Because there are a couple matches that I have not put in. Oh, I don't have the Liquipedia link. Am I chalked? I don't have my own games Liquipedia link.
Right now, Tempo is in 6th with 13 points on the season by virtue of a few ties. And Knockout is 3 and 4. They played one more match, but also have 2 less points. After the tie map 1, I think each team receives 1 point, so that technically that's 14-12. But Knockout, if they manage to win this game, would obviously get 2 points up to 14, and they would probably have the head-to-head tiebreaker that would put them ahead of Tempo. Obviously, for Tempo, a tie here at least continues the 2-point advantage and washes out the head-to-head tiebreaker. So this match is vital for both teams' playoff standings, especially when with the playoff format that I think you have in mind, top 6 would be a sort of out of the play-in stage. That's one less game you have to play.
Yes.
A little less attrition on your run for the playoffs. So even something like that can mean a lot. And who you play later in the playoffs too, right? Depending on seeding.
Yeah, so 7 to 10 and 8 and 9 would verse each other. The 8 and 9 seeds would then, the winner of that would take the 8th spot, and they would play first. And then 7 and 10 would take the 7th seed, and there goes Euphoria getting a nice shot onto Cade Corp there, sorry. And then obviously 7th and 10th take the second, they play against second. Rainy getting a nice shot onto Cohen there. They're on the bomb though, which is interesting. Getting Crimson, that felt very unfortunate. Crimson did get the trade off on Rainy before he died though. Odog taking out Euphoria. Nuke getting sprayed down in the back. It's a 3v1 against Nuke. No flashes. Pure gun skill now. And Nuke is going to be taken down by Wong 1. There it is.
Free-fire call. Yeah, I mean, that's just a run and done round. I think they went for the fan blow. They didn't get it. You just got to go GG next. I mean, the unfortunate reality is I think they just pressured too little too early. We might need pause. Teammates lagging. I am too, to be honest. I just been sucking it up. Okay, how much are they lagging by? Can you ask? I did. I did notice a little bit of stuttering. I wasn't sure if that was my internet, but
okay. What I might do is
we good now. Double thumbs up for that, and we're getting asked for a pause. Pause.
Heck. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly go jump in those calls and see what's up.
Sounds good.
Co-caster turning into league owner real quick. Okay. The answers of one.
Is that a 300? Anyways. That was a great first round of the defense, and the first defense win for Tempo. Question is, will they be able to continue that momentum into the second one? I like the barb here in the lobby. A lot of good angles in the loans, but you got to be careful about the red. Crimson's team might... Ooh, wow, the double. I don't really see the purpose of that wall. I guess they're really concerned about... Okay, there we go. Even then, the button is lobby. Almost feels like they're trying to force a wall down just because they're bringing their second clacker they lost. Which, I mean, you don't necessarily need to do. You can just have someone kind of, you know, your flash player, support player can kind of hang back with clacker. And if things aren't going too well, and if he's on flank watch, everyone's dying in the lobby, for example, you can kind of just take clacker and hide. But alas, they're going to go for this wall. Tempo has at least, yeah, 2 Igmars, 3 long-range weapons, Molly in hand, a flash on Gefter. I'm really concerned that they haven't really put a lot of attention towards this loans below. I think they're playing a little bit too hard into, oh, you know, they've greened this before, so we can just, you know, we can expect the green. Sometimes you don't want to assume too much. You never know, right? You can still set up at least 80% of your defense, you know, heavy holding for an expected green here. It's not even holding green, they're just holding the lobby red, I suppose. So either way, you know, you can't assume anything. There are teams that are going to like to double off of the lost round, some that are obviously going to go green. Teams that will win the first round with a charge, go double the next, or green, not even double the next. I think a lot of it's on a map-by-map basis. I understand not expecting the wall to be used on a second door, I suppose, so maybe that's what's throwing off some of the anticipation. But Machina does have Molly in hand. He will be able to at least stop the initial run-in. No damage done, though. The Molly, I think, good there, because you were expecting a run-in. You knew one was probably coming out. Cohen's going to be attempting to contest the Igmars with his AP. Doesn't have a Saber, unfortunately. They can kind of play back here. You know, I'd be maybe slightly concerned for a late lobby, but you are close to security. Knockout playing the time here, man. I mean, at some point you just got to go in. And there you go. 2 flashes out. They only have 1 left. The wall should be placed, or close to being placed. Gefter's got to be careful here. Longman's going to trade some damage. Gefter going to lock to the wall, or to the doors. Put the wall low open on him. Machina with the quick refrag. He's playing a nasty angle here on the lobby desks. And he gets a second for his troubles. Wong1 trying to hold accounting. They got to be careful. The button's pressed. They have access to vaults for free. Rainey is going to be taking over Machina's spot and goes down. O-Dog finds a second there. And all of a sudden, the lobby holds falls apart. Wong's going to take some damage from Cade. The 2 tempo defenders are very isolated right now. And they're not going to be able to hold this button. They need to fight for the accounting hold here. If Cade or anyone is able to walk in, it's going to be devastating. 26 seconds left. They haven't even hit button. O-Dog, you need to go around, or Nuke. There's 10 seconds left to get on this bomb. Nuke's going to get it. It's going to leave O-Dog by himself. Wait, he doesn't know the button's behind him. Oh, no. Oh, my God. There's no way. They're not going to get the button press. Nuke got lost in the confusion, maybe in the lines. And that's going to be Clacker gone. Double charge out of the equation. Tempo with perhaps the strongest advantage now going into round 9. They know it's an expected green push here on the final round. I don't even know what the map is. Crimson, you know, I don't really like that, calling out your teammate. To your opponents especially. You did forget the button, but man, you know, that kind of stuff you gotta forgive and forget. You gotta keep pushing. This is a very blessed map to have no charges on, at least. I think they still have the torch, and they do. So you still have a great lockers push here from the strong breezeway. Directly on the site. Yeah, they still have a chance here. Absolutely, to take this round and at least cut the deficit back down to 1 before going on defense. for Tempo, I mean, this round could be everything here. This guarantees you the point, guarantees you, again, as we mentioned earlier, tiebreakers, no issues of, being able to worry about anything along the lines of losing your lead to your opponent off this match alone. As I'm attempting to get Stormy back into this call. Here we go. Welcome back.
Oh my
Stormy.
God.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
that.
you're
Stream
okay.
Mode did not ping me. And, yeah, we're good.
Send this guy 15 messages.
He did.
So
and not a single one of them got a ping on me, and I realized, why isn't he back yet? That is why.
Yeah, because I can't join the call. So the question they asked was if they could get Texas in for Euphoria mid-game. Obviously, for anyone who's read the rulebook, the answer is no.
Yeah, no mid-round subs.
No mid-round subs. You can sub between game 1 and game 2, not whilst the map is going. Though, looking at the scoreline right now, doesn't look like they really needed it.
Yeah, the stream got to witness a pretty crazy round where
I actually did not get to witness this one. I need to check it.
We had a lot of there was a lot of back and forth fighting. There was a double charge out by Crimson's team after the first round loss. And with literally 20 seconds left, they accidentally forgot to hit the vault button. And were
Oh my God.
In a 2v2 with health advantage as well and the control of vault, or at least near vault. Yeah, it was a pretty heartbreaking round there. They put the double barbs up for the green, which, yes, this is sick, and you want to hold this, but now you can hear the torch. You gotta know now, well, shoot, they're gonna be pushing lockers on us. They don't have a breach, so we don't have to be too cautious about a very elongated reception push through multiple doors. Kind of see the play around lockers, which is gonna be the crux point of this attack. They still have nades. They have both nades. What were they using their nades for? Triple barb clear, which I guess is now actually barb clear and two frag grenades for kills. It's actually gonna be used to get rid of the first barb. Crimson will probably throw a nade somewhere back here to try to confirm a kill. No one's there. The molly is doing damage to O-Dog.
That's the first molly kill I think we've seen this entire game. I think actually we've finally seen it. It's happened. They now have 2 flashes to get into this map here, into this little lockers area. One hits deep, one hits close. Gefter gets taken out, code 3. Rainy gets 1, doesn't get any more. It's down to Euphoria with the Ingmar. Okay. Jump peek it, he gets nuked. He doesn't get another. I mean, look, honestly, that's kind of losable though.
Yeah. What? I mean, we talked about it, or maybe I brought it up right at the start of the round. You had so many people green. After you heard the torch and you don't see any initial pressure, getting someone back site would have been nice here. At least another one to help long. There was 3 people trying to play the long angle, a thin long angle, from the top of office through 2 doors. Yeah, even if you just get some shots off, like, you're not going to be able to kill multiple players there. They take all of site, and there's literally nothing that Tempo can do. They have no more mollies. They have nothing to retake site. They're just forced into chokes. Having to retake.
I watched that round before. Holy.
Yeah, it was a round.
Because I was like, oh, he might have enough time if he jumps in, but like when you see him swap the security checkpoint, it's like, it's over.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Maybe you got confused by some of the comms or the drawings on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, a tough one to lose. But either way, I mean, to the credit of Crimson's team, yet again, they won another green push. I don't know what they're doing on their greens. I guess the mind games, how they've been rationing their blows and their utility. They just keep seemingly catching Tempo off guard. And that time was an expected green too. Like, you knew they had to go either breezeway or reception. They only had torch, no charges, and they still managed to pull out the W. So knockout now on defense. I would say this is probably the more defender-sided maps of the 3 we saw. I mean, that bank is pretty good too. Either way, this round is critical. Knockout needs this round to keep themselves in the running for at least 2 points. Tempo with a round win here can guarantee them a 2nd point and continue their their lead in the standings, at least holding on to 6th for now, maybe even higher. But yeah, no, this is the final 3 rounds of the Rumble in the Jungle as we're joined by
The
Coconut.
rumble in the jungle. Hello,
Coconut, you have
Coconut.
anything to say, my goat?
Shout out to Makino. Shout out to that guy.
Real. Markin has been popping off this game, and I think it's only fair that he's the one popping off for his team. Wong definitely
What?
gaffed it.
Some damage traded.
That's why I shout him out. Let's go, Makino.
Let's go, Markin. Cohen
Ooh, great smoke.
did get... Yeah, it was really good. Got that damage off back by... Oh, surely Euphoria or someone gets O-Dog here. Like, O-Dog is out of this round, essentially. Like, he is in a deep hit of health.
Yeah,
Wong still holding on to this nade.
He wants to keep
No real-
regressing.
Ooh!
And Wong
Yeah, see, that's
wants-
why you don't regress.
Yeah, that's why you maybe don't do that with the health you do. Cohen, oh my gosh, is just stuck in 2 angles. He can't get out of there.
That
Now
was
we have a
beautiful.
4v3, and look at the defender spots. They have no one contesting this upper pipes here. If anyone gets
issue
lower
is-
on the bomb, they're in a very difficult situation. And I like this double rotate here by the attackers
Yeah.
as well. You have space out in pipes. Just get the rest of your team here. Gefter with
Nice,
a huge
Gefter.
pick. Oh my. Crimson's on
He's
1
on to his
HP
left.
too. Oh my god, Wong! What is Wong doing with the
He
nade?
went for the sky nade.
Oh my goodness.
They need to get someone on this. They need to get someone on this bomb, man. Like it. Euphoria's in a spot now where he's actually dead.
Oh, he might
do
actually get the
anything.
timing here, though.
Oh my god, and he does. They need to get someone on this bomb though.
Oh my god, they're
Like-
just all peeking into him, but they managed to get the
Oh,
refrag.
Fucking hell.
The bomb
That
was
is a
right there for the
guaranteed point.
taking. But Tempo said, you know what? We can win these. I'm not worried.
That sky nade. I want to do a little bit of an interview after this one. I don't know who I want to
Zig,
pull
at
in.
Zig, at Zig. We saw that. Don't worry, Wong. We saw that.
Look, that Arise invitation slowly being put into the bin.
I wouldn't say it's in the
slowly
bin.
being
It's just
chucked
we have
away.
a very long review process. We have a lot of data points. Let's just put it that way.
Real.
Can't have Gefter top frag. Yep. Poor Gefter there. He makes a really great play out of the fan, gets 2, and then just falls to his teammate's nade. But nevertheless, match point.
See,
We're in the
yeah.
exact
See,
same situation as map 1, but in reverse.
the way I would have thought that second half of that factory would have gone is Euphoria would have been sitting outside with his 2 flashes that he still had and just throwing them in as someone was defusing. Nope. He somehow got up next to Crimson and then just smoked him. Like, you can't make this stuff up, and that's what I love. Is that, like, you are right. This is just another game of due process. There is never a game of due process that is played perfectly by any team, but this really shows that that point stands. Within this game, you can make mistakes, and rounds are lost because of it. I mean, on this map, literally 2 rounds ago... 2 rounds?
3,
2 rounds.
technically, I guess.
3. Yeah. We saw, you know, Knockout completely missed the button until the final moments, and then when they went to press the button, they just didn't see it to their left, and they went to go into security. So, hopefully, Tempo do not make the same mistake. They are looking to wall onto loans here. They really want to be aggro on this.
Yeah, I like it. I like the double blow here, especially if you maybe go for loans first, just to push a lot of the defenders out of this hallway, force them to be in lobby, which you then late blow and are able to flash out. I mean, either way, with a double here, playing for the win, you know, why not? You know what the next map
this
looks
is
like as well. Double blow here is going to be insane for all of this map control. You basically have to worry about literally just vault and accounting, and it doesn't even look like Crimson's team is really taking that into account either. They're more so just trying to fight these double blows. They have a barb cutting off half their team as well. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
going
I
for
think-
it. They're just gambling. They're like, you know what? We got to make her fight here. At least Crimson is. A few other players are still on their areas of the map, on their zones. And they are going to be going for the Lones Bow first. Crimson trying to get some wallbang damage. Same with Rainy. It's going to do exactly what they're hoping for. Pushing them back in the lobby, which they're now going to have at least 2 members of the team flood out late. Look at this. All of Knockout. Just positioning up for this lobby barb fight. They're thinking, okay, we got 3 here. We just have to play our barb. We're fine. And then a lobby blow that's going to be coming out in a few seconds. I don't know why we saw Machina in the clouds there, but him and Gefter are going to be ready to flash and take this. The rest of Tempo are up on the barb. Crimson somehow managed to get one, but the refrag from Rainy, who's going to go aggressive on these fights and Teller. It's going to be up to O-Dog here to hold down this critical position by Button. He's going to be fighting into 2 crosses between Wong and the open Teller door. Flashes out. He's taking so much damage in the wallbang. Gets a lot of shots off, but can't collect the kill.
4v1.
Euphoria kills Cohen, and it's up
my
to
God.
Cade Corp with a tub. Can't stop the button press.
It's not. It can't. Is that an auto? Nah, one.
No.
Oh shit. Yeah, nah. This is a Jeej. Unless Cade can get into this button.
Oh. Hold on. They're not defusing.
That one. Oh. What a comeback. What a sprint. Props to Tempo. Look. What a game.
What a game.
What a game. Alright, what I'm gonna do is... who do you reckon we pluck from
Anyone,
the Tempo
man.
side for a scrim?
I mean, you know, captains probably would be great spokespersons for the teams, but if you have a player that you want to highlight, feel free to ask.
Let's
Go
get
for it.
Wang One in there.
Let's get Wong 1. Okay. Do we need to go anywhere? We're gonna pull him
No,
in
I'm kidding. I'm kidding about getting Wang One. I'm getting Machina. Sorry.
here? Okay. Machina it is. I don't have a graphic.
Yep.
Actually, I might have a graphic.
So
some,
I
oh, boy.
have the Gefter. I have Gefter's stats. He has sent me everything. He sent me stats. He sent me the player log. Shout out Gefter. He's being timely. All right. I have asked Machina to get into the call for a interview. Let's see if he joins, or if he wants to send another spokesperson.
Get my impromptu graphic up.
Yes, yes. I mean, I could even put us into the. I could even put us into one of the DPL calls if we really wanted to.
Whatever's easier
Alright.
to get him in here.
Yeah. All right. That one's done. 6-6-7-4. Honestly, overall, a really, really close game. And I mean... like, you just can't make it up. I mean, Wong One and Machina sharing that 10 kill placeholder, and look at the look at the entries.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up on the on the
Holy.
stream here, I believe. Here we go. Yeah, we got once again Tempo kind of running away with the entries. Great performances from Wong, Machina, everyone on the team. I mean, it was actually a really close game, even looking at the stats. Besides those entries have not been Knockout's, I guess, strong suit. Crimson's doing a great job of it, but the rest of the team definitely needs to, I guess, improve on, you know, where they're taking their initial fights. I know a lot of times they're getting refrags, so that's at least good. Like, sometimes the opening duels can be a little deceptive. You can lose some duels, but you're putting your team in positions, winning out fights, so...
Yeah, I mean, when you win 3, 4, 7, 8, you win 8 of the... Shit, yeah, so that means that they only would have lost 1... Yeah, sorry, my brain is like cooked. 8 of the 11 rounds that pushed through there. I mean, the only deficit there is that means that just one of the rounds they had the opening, Knockout was able to just swing things back into their favor, and I'm not seeing any update from Markiner. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join DPL, I'm going to ask who wants an interview, and then I'm going to drag them into another call if you just want to join the general in there. And
Yeah, I
then
see
we
there's a
can work
channel I
it
can
from there.
join, the live channel.
Yeah.
I'll go in there.
The live channel? Oh, yeah. Yeah, shit, we could just go there. All right,
Alrighty.
Uno Momento.
Uno momento. Once again, I guess to top things off before our interview, great games by both teams. Both these guys, or I guess both of the players, just, you know, despite mistakes, I know we harp on that, they had some great plays there. Amazing moments from both teams. Just play calls, you know, in-round adaptations, obviously pop-offs, people getting, you know, 3Ks, 4Ks, even some of the silly ones like Cohen's 4K, TK round, but yeah, overall, a great game of due process, one that you always love to see, and, you know, obviously best of luck to both these teams as the season is coming to a, not a close, but we've reached the halfway point at least. And now we're going to be entering, I believe, Week 5, our final 2 or 3 regular season games for most teams. This crunch time. We're going to decide who's going to be in those seeds, who's going to have
Hello,
positioning
gentlemen.
in the playoffs.
Snatched us Rainy.
And we have
Hey,
Rainy.
hey guys.
I got to
First
be
game interview
switching my
time,
graphic real quick. Definitely was prepared for Rainy joining. Smile.
Oh yeah, it wasn't gonna be Machina, surely.
Surely not Machina. Who's Machina?
Don't look at his
As I'm
stream.
deleting
Don't
his
look at
image
his
from
stream.
the thingy with Bobber.
The Goatkana himself. Well, Machina. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I got to feel like Zigolo for a game, man. Top frag and IGL. Gee whiz.
Let's
It's
freaking
like
go, bro.
basically being the goat. Basically being the goat.
Yeah, true. You dropped 1500, that 3 and 4 opening duel. That first game, obviously, with the tie off. I mean, look, it was really impressive. I mean, I was saying some things in that first game. For your first half, it did look a little sloppy, but what brought back that fire for that 4-6 comeback for the tie within those last couple rounds? What changed within that call?
I was just asking people like, guys, why are we salty? Are we salty? And they were like, nah, not really. I was like, okay, let's just do some more coordinated team plays and just like try to talk then if we know we're not tilted or anything and we're just being chill and nice and like we're not, you know, it's not getting in our heads. We could do more coordinated team plays. So we just kind of locked in a little, I guess. People are a little bit out of it. Wong's kind of sick right now, so it was definitely a little rusty in the first game. But like I can't let my boy Draken, you know, back at home down. You know, I can't let him down. I know he didn't show up this game due to unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, get well soon, Draken.
Get well soon, Draken. Sorry about your allergy attack, little bro.
Yeah, that's
Very
unfortunate.
unfortunate. But I don't know. Obviously the main drive for the game is like wanting to win type shit. A lot of my planning definitely was kind of sloppy the first game. I don't know why I was so out of it, but I feel like my planning was a little bit bad the first game. I tried to kind of lock in a little bit more the second game. I think it worked. You know, definitely my placements for players and stuff might have been a little bit off. But
and I
not by
think
too
that's
much.
definitely something that we kept talking about throughout those rounds was, and I know that there was a specific round in the second game, I believe. There was a kill house where you had Marketer and Kitchen, you had Gefter and Green with a knack, you were sitting
Yeah.
in the bottom window, and you had Euphoria behind you in the backstage. You
Yeah.
had all of this pressure on Green, and then they ended up blowing red late, and that was just due to them running the clacker the wrong way, but still
Yeah.
blowing late. It
Mm.
felt... It was interesting that there was the... Markiner had to then pull off of his...
Yeah, Machina there probably should have stayed green just to hold us to make a swing or something to play. Originally, Gefter
Yeah.
was supposed to play in the hall, but he wanted to play for wallbangs on bomb site. I was like, yeah, okay. But I originally wanted Gefter to play in the hall there so he could, like, either A, focus green so I could make a play of auto at some point in the round if they blew backstage or something so they could hold me there so I could rotate. or I could swing and like we could kill all the people green, and then if they do blow that red door, Gefter can then play off of that. But Gefter wanted to play wallbangs. I was like, okay, yeah, we can play wallbangs. In reality, that spot's definitely a little too ISO'd, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably not wise of me to go, I think we could get away with that. I think we could do that. But, you know, that's my bad for not going. I think that's too risky. Maybe me or you should swap from where we are a little bit here. But, you know, it was just a minor positioning error due to how people want to play. Because you have to play people to how they want to play the game, obviously. And if Gefter's playing there in green, I should probably be playing somewhere else too. Because, you know, he can at least, like, bait green, and then I could, like, pressure for wherever they blow somewhere else. Like, maybe I could play in bomb site to swing onto people if they blow backstage instead of playing out there. That way we aren't clumped up so we don't give up so much space, right?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just didn't really think about it that round. Well, that's not true. I did think about it beforehand, but I just went with what we had there, and it was just a bad call, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to learn from experiences like that.
Yeah. So I did have one more, and then I will allow Zigalo to have his questions. But there was one that was sticking with me with, and we'd brought it up in the cast as well, that it felt like for the longest time your team wasn't utilizing the shotguns. I know there was one round where you had an auto shotgun in Brick House on a kill house, lockers with the top bomb.
Yeah.
And there was
we didn't have our shotgun player, so we just kind of didn't play shotguns that much. Obviously, I did on a few rounds. I try to play shotguns when Tex isn't there, but we don't really have a good shotgun player besides Tex. Like, I can do all right on attacking shotgun, but I'm pretty bad at defending shotguns. Like, Juan can do okay, but it's mainly just because we didn't have one of our core roster players. That's a lot of it. Like, the team synergy for how we take things relies a lot on Texas, because he's very easy to push off of how he plays shotguns, and not having that is obviously detrimental to how easy it is to roll someone, right? Because, like, you need a strong offense to keep, like, a snowball spiraling to kill people, right? And I didn't really have that, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely just the most unfortunate thing, was that you didn't have that core player. But I mean, Euphoria definitely stepped up within those within those rounds. I mean, look,
he was TK Gefter in the smoke was really funny.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Speaking of TKs on Gefter,
oh yeah, long one in his funny nade. Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, poor Gefter.
That's secret tech. You guys need to learn that at a later date, really.
Oh, okay.
No, Wong one wanted to funny nade someone, so I told him, hey, there's someone in this general area back here. He was like, okay, and he threw his nade. I don't think he opened map to check if there was any map geometry, so he just kind of chucked it. Yeah.
Pipes.
He probably should have opened his map for half a second to line it up, or, you know, I mean, it wasn't really lined up with my ping 100, but I don't know, you can't really blame him for that. It's just like, you know, it's throwing a funny nade. It wasn't super serious or anything.
I mean, no, it was just it was a bit interesting. All right, Zig, do you have any questions? Do you have any?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I got a few things to say myself. First and foremost, Brady, don't ever compare yourself to me again. I've seen you top frag and IGL very well. You're not pulling a Ziggle. You're just doing you, man. That was impressive. That was a really good game to watch from you and your team. And obviously, GG's to knockout too. We kind of build it as a rumble in the jungle, as I'm jumbling words, but that was a great, like, obviously we could feel the animosity, we could feel the tension there in some of the rounds, decisions being made.
I was stressing, dude. I was mad geeks before this game and mad stress because I like a personal relationship stuff between me and Crimson. Like, obviously, I really don't want to lose to Crimson. Duh, obviously off rip. But yeah, right. You know. Like no severe animosity, but obviously there's like personal reasons for that, and you know, I was definitely a little anxious, which definitely affected my gameplay, dude. Earlier today I was playing 10 minutes, I could not hit any shots, and I felt like I still wasn't hitting any shots the whole game, even though I top fragged. Like my aim felt so bad, but it wasn't quite true. It's, you know, lies of perception and whatever. You know, it's not quite real.
Yeah. some would say perception shapes reality sometimes. It makes you think one way even though it's not happening. And obviously
Yeah.
there's a lot of rivalry vibes in that game. You know, Crimson and Cullen
Yeah.
were on your team before. Wong was even on his team. The new
Yeah,
knockout
Wong-
team, and same with
Wong was,
Texas.
you
There
know-
a lot of, interpersonal
Wong was definitely
relationships
bummed
that-
Texas wasn't there because of that. Wong was definitely bummed because Texas wasn't there because of that, unfortunately. You know, he's like, oh, we don't have Wong for the, or we don't have Texas for this. If we had Texas here, I think we'd stomp them, you know, something like that. You know, he really wanted the overwhelming pressure with Texas. You know, he wanted to run it. You know, because from what I've heard, most of the disagreements between Crimson and Wong are because of stuff related to Texas and whatever. You know, he's like, oh, if Texas was here, we could prove him wrong. He just run it down. You know, hopefully we got to do it another time, man. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
that wouldn't be. You know, I think we can show that some other time. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, both you teams are in the upper half of the standings, I believe. Hopefully, will be an opportunity for a rematch.
Texas
at
to
some
run
point,
it down.
Maybe with Texas.
Yep.
But you know, bringing that all up, you got me to my first question, really, which was, obviously last second you needed a fifth player.
Oh, yeah, that was
kind
kinda fucked.
Euphoria. How was that? Yeah, how was working around with Euphoria?
Um,
obviously it changed a lot without having.
I've
a
never
top
played
player,
with him.
but-
I don't think I've ever played with him besides like 110 man. He was a all right fill-in. That's a good guy. This is his last day before he goes on vacation too. This is his last day in the States.
He came in clutch. Timing. and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, he came in really clutch. And it was nice to have him. I mean, I imagine they probably would have done a gentleman's 4v4. I believe they would have done that. So I'm glad we got to do a 5v5. But I don't think they would have been bad sports about it. I think if we didn't have our fifth, they would have done a 4v4. Yeah, but I don't know. There's definitely some major points that in that first game that were unfortunate. Like the one kill house round where we were on defense with the pillbox. We should have just played someone pillbox. I had the idea for like a little bit more green heavy early, or like the lumberyard area early just for damage, and then you pull back into lockers because that map has like no playable space, so you kind of have to invent some.
Yeah, Stormy and I
But-
both brought that up, funny enough. Both teams
Yeah.
were just kind of really turtled up in that site, and it didn't really feel like the map that a turtle would give you a lot of confidence. Like, there wasn't really
Yeah,
great
and it
position,
doesn't.
or
It
anti-flash
really
spots, like,
doesn't.
especially with Pill. Both times
It's
we were
like-
kind of scratching our heads, like, man, just even someone on the kitchen doors to swing them open and put some shots down, or even having the
Yeah.
office door open, like, contest the torch, whatever it was. Like,
Yeah, I thought about playing someone out in lumberyard for a close swing and then having someone in the office swing off of that, whether like they're torching on the pillbox directly or like somewhere else. Sorry, excuse me. Something was in my throat for half a second, but something like that. I thought someone playing office and then swinging out with someone in lumberyard would have been really class. Would have been a fun play. And they can rotate onto site really easy. And you play someone in pillbox that's Overwatch on site. Like, you just need someone in pillbox that can test it to a degree. Like, obviously they can't get out and they're gonna die in there horribly, but you kind of need to play off of it a bit, whether it's someone in pillbox or it's playing to contest pillbox. And we didn't really do that, and I wanted to, but I just wasn't confident. I feel like confidence is like a major issue that players can have. I feel like if I was more confident in my planning, we win way more rounds. Like, I was kind of questioning things a little bit because I don't know, I was worried, I was stressing. I was like,
high tension game, there was a lot on the line. We understand.
Yeah.
We know how it is. And funny enough,
Yeah, well, I know
you
they
kinda
were just
brought me to a
chilling.
Second question too, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Crimson obviously on your team season 1, you and him and Maki and everyone else from the original team. You've gotten time to synergize, time to understand how each other play the game. It looked like, for me at least, Crimson on some of the attacks was, kind of being very unpredictable, doing a lot of off blows that were catching off some of your defenses early.
yeah.
Is that something you were worried about, maybe? Like, hey, Crimson kind of knows what we like to do here. Do we need to be, was there any kind of, like, as forethought into how you play around that, or were you just like, let me trust my guts, let me trust,
I just wanted to trust my players in the positions they were in. I was like, I feel like this can work. And obviously some of the rounds that caught us out a lot, which was unfortunate, but I feel like those rounds were also almost really close. It came down to like some minor things with like a little bit more util. I feel like we still could have played a lot of those maps kind of the same way. We just kind of missed out on a little bit of util, like mollies and spots. We had a little bit of bad molly eco the whole game, if you really look at it. A lot of
Yeah.
the rounds we lost were because of molly eco.
Yeah, we made notes of that. A lot of early mollies thrown, sometimes double mollies, like,
Yeah.
I think so. I think Molly's in different spots, or at least waiting for util could have definitely changed some rounds for you
Yeah.
guys.
We also maybe we're a little too scared on using our power weapons too. Like maybe I don't know. There was a lot of rounds I feel like we could have won if we just kind of had a little bit more oomph behind us. I could see that being the case. You know, just a little bit more damage.
Yeah, fair
But
enough. Yeah, I guess
it was
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it was actually like a pretty chill game. It wasn't as serious as I thought it was gonna be. Like I was kind of like for the first game, obviously I was kind of tweaked. Well, not really tweaked. I was kind of like, I gotta get a feel for their team. I haven't really played them before. I kind of gotta learn how they swing. I was a little bit worried, but then I kind of chilled out and we all just kind of started joking around and calling stuff and it kind of improved our mood. When our mood got improved, we played off of each other and swung off of each other better, which was nice, you know.
Yeah.
We weren't really getting like any refrags off of each other the first game, which is something I noticed, and that's a big thing. And I think that's probably also a lot of the reason we died there. I feel like we just didn't really do refrags, I guess, because we weren't retaking space that much. I think that's something is not that good, especially when you're fighting a team that's like 5-man stacks a lot of the time. Like I think almost every one of their pushes was a 5-man stack. No,
A lot were for sure, and Stormy and I made note of it as well. You guys, I think, won about, I think it was 17 of the 23 entries that were taken that game. Like we saw, and I guess kind of leading to my final question, we saw you guys early just, imposing your will. You were getting a lot of rounds, obviously knockouts, doing some crazy stuff, trying to be unpredictable. They were also just, 5-man deathballing, right? They're pushing together. When was it? Was it after like the 3-3 split in the second game, or was it even earlier that you were mentioning that you guys kind of reset the comms, reset the vibes, and you were able to make those adjustments that you mentioned?
After I think it was like right before we lost, like when we won those first 3 matches in a row on that second game. That's kind of when we reset it. Because I was like, okay, guys. I didn't really say this directly, but this is what I was insinuating. These maps are ass. We're probably going to lose these next maps. Let's just focus on, like, getting one here, or, like, kind of just playing to our strengths. Like, I didn't really say it out loud, but that's kind of what I was meaning. If I vocalized that, it might have gone even better. We might even won more. But, I was kind of busy planning, so it was a little hard to vocalize what I'm thinking. Because, like, the design on a lot of those maps are really, really, attacker-sided. So I knew it was going to be really hard as defense, so I just wanted to kind of just focus on trying to play off of each other as much as possible. And when we did that, we started talking more. It was kind of silent the first game, right? We weren't really talking that much, which can happen. And eventually it got better during like the second half of the first game, but once we started talking with each other, that was kind of the real turning point for us to do good, I think. Like, I feel like that helped a lot. Definitely, once you start joking around and stuff, it's a lot easier to like just play off of each other. It's nicer, It makes it easy. I feel like I tried before the game saying the main thing is gonna be mental, and it still was, even though you warn people because there's only so much you can do about that, right? Like you can't really make it not the case sometimes, but just finding kind of our groove to be chill in the game and play off of each other. I mean, it was kind of what we needed to win. It was nice.
There you have it. I mean, the game decided by the team with the cooler head and the one that maybe been having more fun. It is important at the end of the day, right?
Probably
Like,
having a lot of fun.
You can't let the emotions of it all just get to you, right? You're playing a game. You know how you play the game. You guys have played it for a while. You practice all the time. Once that initial emotions kind of subside, you're like, just go back to what we do right? You don't have to reinvent yourself. You knew what was winning. You knew what worked. It was just coming around and doing that with the group you had. So.
Yeah.
Hey, well.
It was a fun game. It's definitely a little stressful, but it was pretty fun.
I think you'll enjoy watching it back as well. It was actually a really, really fun game to watch. Definitely up there in my game of the year type games.
Actually?
Both for the I guess just a close scoreline. It was obviously neck and neck. There was a lot of cool things happening between both teams. I guess a lot of swings too. You could see the
Yeah.
momentum and when.
There was a round where I like bumped into someone shoulder to shoulder that was really funny.
That was Nuke in base. Yep.
Yeah.
Nuke in base.
Machina was screaming at me. I've never heard him that scared in my life.
Yeah, bro. Look, you were unaware, but he was a lot more unaware. It was like, yeah.
Like I saw some other dude, so I was focusing him. I was looking at bullet tracers, right? And I was like, oh, Cohen's up there with the mop. I need to focus Cohen. And then I just like I literally like rubbed shoulders with this random jit, and I'm like, what the frick? What the scallops? I was so confused. I was so confused. It was really funny. I don't know how I didn't see him, but you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't. It was really, really funny.
In terms of closest games this season, you guys have actually, you guys have 2 of the same score turnouts. You have a 6-6, 7-4 game against Q Process, where you lost, and you have a 6-6, 7-4 game against Knockout, which you won. So you guys have actually been involved in. It's interesting watching you guys play, because well, round 6 didn't have you because that was your bye week. Here we go. For teams like Knockout, like I said, 6-6, 7-4 against us. You haven't versed us yet, actually. Sorry.
TTT soon! No, I'm gonna get you in the dome! Yeah, something like that, you know.
Yeah, something like that, something like that.
Something like that. Well, you know. I know, I'm excited for the TTT game. I hope you guys have 5 players. I'm praying. I'm praying
I'm
for like
really
a
hoping
even
we have
match.
5 too, man.
Dude, I'm praying. Hey, it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game. I trust.
It will, as long as, I'm pretty sure we get Sprout for that one, so we will have guaranteed 4.
Guaranteed 4 is criminal. I'm so sorry, Stormfire.
Yeah, man.
Oh, excuse me. Apparently my mom's sick. She's just told me. I think I might also be sick. This is unfortunate. Anyways,
Oh my goodness.
back to game talk. I don't know. Is there any other plans you guys like to talk about? Any specific plays? Which, you know, it's pretty important.
No, I think we've covered all bases, to be honest.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much a wrap. You can go celebrate with your team. I assume the locker, the quote locker, the virtual locker, aka Tempo Discord, is being ransacked right now.
Oh, I can check. I see no one in there.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, people are they on a 10-man? No. I don't know where
That
they
would
went.
be-
You know, you know.
Hey,
I don't know.
you know, sometimes games like that, very, very high stakes games, can kind of wipe you out, right? Maybe everyone was just tired.
Wong was very tired. He was like, "Oh, I should have smoked weed before this game, man." Oh,
That's
he got
hilarious.
oh, yeah. And he's low key real for that. But you know, I don't know. Lots of fun matches. I heard the boy Cohen maybe wants to come in. You know,
Oh, is this true?
Cohen's. Yeah,
This
So maybe-
is true.
yeah. Cohen's kind of the goat. You know, you could bring him in.
You-
You know,
You want to do one,
post-game
Zig?
meeting.
Sure, we could bring in Cohen real quick if you wanna.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean-
get Cohen. Let's get Cohen.
Rainy, if you want to stay, it's up to you. If not,
I'll stay if
Hello?
Cohen's chill with me staying.
I Cohen.
Okay.
All right.
Cohen,
What's
first
up?
off,
What's
GG's,
up? What's up?
man. You guys had a
GG's.
great fight. There was a
Fun
lot of
game.
amazing moments from you. Fun game. Absolutely fun
Yeah.
game.
Did you hit any really insane shots? I know you did. I know you did.
That C-store onto Wong one, man. Holy.
Dude, Wong definitely agrees with you, Stormire. Wong definitely agrees with you.
That
He was
wasn't
so
that crazy. He
confused.
wasn't moving.
He
was just
wasn't.
sitting
Yeah.
moving.
there. He was just-
like,
But
I could have sworn
no,
there
that
was another
a really
round you
fun
had a
game.
saber kill and kind of like sideswiped someone as they were crossing your screen. Just took him out.
Probably.
You had
I
some
don't know.
moments with the saber and the mop too. As always,
know.
goated sniper.
You know, I wouldn't know because I do that shit on the regular. Just saying.
ooh.
There we go.
It's just that easy.
It's routine.
But yeah, no,
I respect it.
Super fun game. I'm very impressed with the players on my team. Currently, they're very new, but they've grasped the game so well. Like already, they're very like just like Crimson was. He joined in and instantly was fucking. Can I swear? I'm allowed to swear.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, he was on it. Like first game he played like 1500 damage, but like it's the same way with these other two that we've got in the game. They just need a little bit more experience. We definitely had a round where one of our players didn't know what the bench button was.
Yeah.
And that cost us a little bit, but hey, we worked through it, you know.
Maybe
No,
we
it
can get
won't.
some scrims in.
Yeah, bro. Once these guys are trained up, Rainy, you guys might have a contender on your hands. A little
I can see
competition.
that.
Look,
I
to
can
be
see that.
honest, it already looked like a contending game. Like we were saying, like I think that is one of the closest games I've seen a result of
Yeah.
from this season, and I think that it is honestly on par with the Mos Eisley and Tempo games that happened last season in the playoffs. I think
Yeah,
there was
and-
such a. I think I
Okay.
agree with Zig where it's like game of the season, like 100% right there.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I-
they
it
were
had
very
that-
close, very tense.
It had that excitement behind it. It had obviously that little bit of animosity. You know, you've got the team that came in last minute and now they're slowly making their way up with all these new players.
Yep.
Marketer obviously had to deal with losing you and Crimson and
I forgot
I
Lock and
believe-
Load.
yeah, Lock and Load as well. Kind of forgot that you all had Lock for a bit.
Many do,
And that-
including him.
Yep.
Just kidding. I love
But,
Lock and Load.
Yeah, no, we've been doing really good. There's only like little things we need to work on, and you know we're all IRL friends, so we already kind of have that excuse me, that synergy. You know, we don't really have that friction of like when you have a group of like just online people. There's not a lot of trust. Like, yeah, sure, you can know the person, right, and talk to them a lot, but you still don't have that synergy of knowing that person for such a long time, and it just it gets rid of that, because that's such a massive hump to cross or get over when having a team, you know, and having people that you know play the game and removing that friction just makes it so much easier to hold plans. I feel like when we had a good plan down and ready, it was like clockwork, man. Like we had, like, I think in one of the bank rounds, and in fact I think this is the one that we forgot to press the button at the end, our entry at least felt really good. We had both flashes like assigned to certain people. They went off at the right times. We were able to get like the frags that we needed to enter the building, and you know, very, very smooth. Crimson has a saying, smooth. Well, I think
Oh, smooth,
the one
smooth
that
is
started- yeah.
fast.
smooth. Yeah, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yeah, but that's what we try to work by. Even though sometimes we get a little overzealous, I admit we're very aggressive. You feel, you know.
Hey, well, you know,
Also,
aggression
this
can
is
be a play style, right? It's not bad to be aggressive.
Yeah,
It's how you
True.
incorporate into your game and what it's used for. But
Yep.
Yeah.
we just need to learn
Compliments-
how to
Compliments
adjust
the
when needed.
compliments the Cade Corp for that one round with Dom, bro. Holy.
True, Cade's like our support player. I'll be honest. He's that and ODZ. We put ODZ on a lot of the util. Cade is very much our like flex player. Like if we need him on a shotgun, he can use it. Obviously, you saw the Dawn, insane. Like Cade's very he can pick it up really fast, you know. So I feel like that stack of people were locked.
there you go,
Yeah, I mean that was a very good Dom player.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Cohen. I mean, again, GGs. You guys
Yeah,
had a
GG's,
great
fun
fight.
games.
Glad you had a lot
Yeah,
of
dude.
fun still, and you know you're obviously figuring it out with the new team, but you put up
Yeah.
an impressive scoreline in the
Very
match.
impressive fight. Very impressive fight.
Yeah.
And
And
shit was good.
honestly, my biggest question for you is, I know you guys have 2 games left, I believe, on the season. Knowing where you are, knowing what you got to do, and what you've already accomplished with this team, you know, where are you headed towards? What are you guys looking? You know, where are you hoping for with these last 2 regular season games, going to the playoffs?
We're hoping to be able to make it to playoffs, and I think we just need to put in a little more practice, and you know I feel like we can take down some of these like top teams, you know.
Hey, well, right now I can tell you this: you're already pretty locked in, I think, for playoffs, as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as I'm aware.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure the
at least the play-in. So
yeah.
you're gonna be
You
good
are-
there
you are
to get.
past-
You're gonna at least have matches and
Yeah, for sure.
a chance to go in and like you said, make some noise. So
Mhm.
hoping nothing but the best for you and the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I appreciate the interview. I appreciate
Yeah.
the games, Rainy. Very
Yeah,
fun,
man.
very
GG's,
fun.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was definitely scared to
GGs.
peek a lot of angles.
You should be. Don't beat
I should
yourself.
be.
You should be. All right, GG's.
I think we know what
guys.
time it is now.
Yeah, I
Yep,
think
later.
that's about it.
See you.
Thank you all so much.
That's about
for
it.
Doing the interviews again. Great game. Glad we got to
Yeah.
stream it. You guys can watch it back now, share it, and
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
the rest of the league, anyone that wasn't tuning in, can go watch it too. It was a great game. I'm super excited for the rest of the season, everything else we have planned for us.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I'm
I-
kind of hoping you'll find each other. Like, I hope you'll fight each other again within the playoffs,
Oh, yeah.
man. Because that was
I hope you do.
really, really good.
Is the Tempo TTT rivalry still a thing? Is that still going on, Chad? It's been 30 million years. Is that dead yet?
What?
Do we
Tempo
still need to
TTT?
finish that? Yeah, I feel like all of the TTT players that were there for that are no longer there. I feel like it might be
I think
over.
the only arc that's there is the fact that I was on your team for a week and then left for TTT. So I mean, like, if you want to go with that, we can go with that.
Yeah. I know we need WWE like theatrics though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Alright.
true. Yeah, we need to
We
like.
kind of need it to be more entertaining, chat, for the masses.
I'm gonna infiltrate one of your scrims and then just like put one of you through a table. I think is what I got to do then.
All right.
But
Later, fellas.
See ya.
see ya.
I love due process.
I love due process.
Well, I guess I'll be going to
Um,
Arise, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. And everyone can catch hopefully a stream next week. Up to Zig if he wants to stream again next week. I know he's playing. But
I love the streams.
defi-
Yeah, I'll try to. In fact, if you can let me know, I guess if there's any games lining up in certain times, I'd be happy to do another
Yeah.
extravaganza stream. We'll get a ton of games, broadcasted. So
It's honestly really interesting how many teams with the full week in their hands still choose those
weekend matchups.
Saturday 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. matchups. Like, I think it's perfect because, yeah, it does show that not everyone's always available, but it gives that freedom to those people who want to play on the Friday or like the Thursday. I mean, I think we've had a Wednesday game before.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that is all she wrote for week 4 of DPL season 2. We will be back next week, and then the week after, for the final week of regular season, we will play We'll play the play-ins and the quarters of the playoffs. Sorry, and then we will go on our Christmas break because people have lives.
Crazy.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought people have lives? Yeah, I hate that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you, Stormy,
That's-
for casting
yeah.
the games, doing everything you do for DPL.
I finally got to make it for a cast, man. I actually missed casting a little, but
seats now. Watch all the
exactly,
matches,
exactly.
Talk about everything going on.
Yeah, and I mean it just feels a lot. But sorry, one moment. All right, for all my Arc Raiders fans in the stream at the moment, your boy just found a kinetic converter sitting in a trash can.
Oh my goodness.
That sums up
There we go.
my time around here. But yeah, I guess we will see everyone next week.
Yeah, that's about
Sounds
that
good to
about
me.
does it.
That about does it. All right.